Now, here's the voice of the Tigers, Dave Woloshin.
Welcome, everybody, to Mobile and Lad Peoples Stadium. The Tigers looking for their third win of the year on the road for the first time after a bumpy flight, a midnight fire alarm. They are all set to go. They'll be in all white with blue helmets. The South Alabama Jaguars 1-1 winners last week at home, running over Jackson State. Gave a great battle in Lincoln, Nebraska to the Cornhuskers of Nebraska in week one. They turned the ball over, and that's why they lost that game, but they were in it for most of the time. This will be a true road test. 90 degrees, very humid, little bit of wind may make it cool. Pretty good contingent of Memphis fans on hand. We get ready for this one. Can the Tigers win their road opener for the first time in 4 years today, Jarvis, Greer?
Well, it'll be a fight to take on this South Alabama Jaguar team in its home stadium, Lad Peoples Stadium. Of course, this is the place where they do the Senior Bowl, Dave. You've worked a couple of Senior Bowls down here. This the last time anybody from Memphis was interested in the Senior Bowl. Tony Pollard was down here and won him a job with the Dallas Cowboys. Of course, he did that more for his play with Memphis.
Tigers have already won one thing. They won the coin toss, third time this year in 3 attempts. And so they will kick it off going left to right on your radio dial. The opening kickoff is presented by Chick-fil-A. Download the Chick-fil-A app today. So it'll be Riley Patterson, who's kicked the ball off 13 times and has had 7 touchbacks. There was not a return at all a week ago by the Southern Jaguars. The South Alabama Jaguars have a very good returner in Trey Minner. He's their superstar. He's the deep man along with 31. Here's the run-up, and here's the kick. End over end, and it's returnable, but a fair catch is called for by Trey Minner right at the 2-yard line in the middle of the field, so they'll start at the 25.
Now, that's something to me because this guy's got all kind of great stats as a return man. It was a high kick, not very deep. He got it at the 2, had a little bit of room in front of him, but he decided to throw the hand up there for the fair catch. So Jaguars, they'll take the field position at the 25.
O'Brien Goodson is going to play. He will start. Huff, Wilson, and Dorcius along the front line.
And you immediately see how big this South Alabama offensive line is. They are huge.
And they go with a double tight end set. They send Minter from a slot into motion. He gets the ball a little tricky, a reverse after they handed it off to Koan Baker, and he runs into Joseph Dorcius all the way back at the 13-yard line, a loss of 12 yards on the play. That's the way the defense starts. They go trickery, and Memphis snuffs it out. They're going to work quick. Cephas has 2 behind him in a pistol look. Here's the snap, and they give it to Minter. And he tries to go off left tackle. He'll get 2 to the 15. He ran right into Austin Hall, the linebacker.
Austin Hall coming up from his linebacker spot, the defensive end over there holding up the play, but JoJo Dorsey is also in on that tackle. We've seen JoJo Dorsey, as a former walk-on himself, come in and make 2 big plays here to start this football game on defense.
So they will bring in Cade Sutherland, and they've got Minter, I think, as a receiver in this set. Memphis wanted to go forcing them into 3rd and long, and they've got it here. It'll be 3rd down and 20 at the 15-yard line on the near hash. That's on the left side. Memphis crowds the box. They blitz. Here's the snap, and the quarterback, Cephas, is going to take off. Gets to the 20 and then gets knocked out about the 23-yard line, a pickup of nearly 8 yards. J.J. Russell makes the stop. It'll be a 3 and out for the Jaguars. They'll bring in their punter, Jack Brooks, who averages just under 40 yards a kick along of 52.
The Tigers establishing what they wanted to do right off the start, make them go 3rd and long. And, of course, the big play of the drive for South Alabama, for Memphis, JoJo Dorcius, the big tackle for loss on a fake reverse to set them back and make them have to go the long way.
Jack Brooks will punt inside his 10-yard line. He's an Australian kicker, and he doesn't really use his shield well. Memphis thinks they could get a block. Here's the snap. He goes to his right, moves it away. It fall to the 40, inside the 40, and out of bounds near the 37-yard line. So that'll be a punt of 39 yards, 0 return, and the U of M with pretty good field position to start their second series. We want to welcome the folks in Mariana at KAKJ, West Helena, KCLT, Covington, WKBQ, Jackson, WJAK, and in Nashville, WNQM. We are so happy to have you as part of our network.
Yeah, it's great to have all the folks listening to Memphis Tiger football, and the Tigers want to be representative of everybody that's listening to them play because they have come out 2-0 this year, first offensive series for Memphis.
Tigers at their at the 38-yard line, and they play fake to Gainwell. Here is Brady with time. He's throwing deep, looking left side, and it is incomplete. And the receiver.
Oh, come on.
That was.
Is that Pop?
Pop Williams was held by the numbers at the 20, and there is no call. Wow.
Now I'm telling you, that's easy to see with the naked eye. The pass was over up the seam. Pop was on the outside. He had to run through the defensive back to try to get back to the ball, and would have had a chance to get there. That was a catchable ball had he been allowed to make the way.
2 right, 1 left. Here's the snap, and they give the ball to Kenny Gainwell. He makes 3 men miss. Crosses the 40, gets to the 43, runs into their middle rover. He's sort of a hybrid between a linebacker and a safety, makes the stop, but the Tigers get 6 on that. It'll be 3rd down and about 4.
All right, so here's Memphis right here. Got to pick up this first down. Keep the chains moving for Memphis.
2 receivers both sides. Here's the quick snap. A throw underneath. The catch is made, and the receiver slips, and he falls. And that time getting the ball was Kenny Gainwell out of the backfield, and he just couldn't keep his feet. It's a gain of 2. It'll be 4th down for the Tigers at their own 46, and they're going to bring on the punter.
That's just a shame because the play was there. It was set up. Kenny makes the catch, looks to turn up field. It would have been a battle right at the marker, but I think he would have made it because he had all the forward momentum, but his feet just slipped out from under him on the turn.
So here comes Adam Williams, who's been outstanding, averaging 45-plus yards per kick. He is standing at his own 31. Here's the snap. Minter is back to get it. It's a low punt, and it comes down near the 20. Angles to the far side, 15. Inside the 10, inside the 5, and into the end zone. Oh, my. And a great effort that time. I think getting down there was T.J. Carter, but the ball just kept going, and it just came inside the pylon into the end zone. That is a tough break. That is for sure a 54-yard kick that looked like it would be perfect. Both teams 3 and out to begin the game here at Lad People Stadium. Zip, 11:38 to go here in the first. This is Tiger football from Learfield IMG College. Welcome back here at Lad People Stadium. Dave Woloshin, Jarvis, Greer with you. Danny O'Brien's spinning the dials and, of course, working the numbers. Our road stat guy who always does such a good job. You could say a Tiger Tom terrific kind of a job. That would be Scott Foreman. This portion of the broadcast brought to you by Einstein Brothers Bagels. Stop by for fresh bagels, sandwiches, or coffee at our store in East Memphis, right on Poplar Avenue. Einstein, it is popular. Einstein Brother Bagels, proud supporters of the Tigers.
Yeah, it was really tough. The Memphis Tigers' first play on their first possession in this ball game. Tigers going with the little misdirection, had a man streaking downfield up the left sideline, and Pop Williams. Brady floated it out there to him and threw it up the sideline where Pop would have to come inside to go get it, but the defensive back would not let him have a path to the football. You know, I'm an old DB, so I don't mind chicken fighting, but you would agree, Dave, that was a lot more than chicken fighting.
I thought it was a hold.
I thought he just held him. He wouldn't let him run, go get the ball.
By the way, this is an American Athletic Conference referee crew. That was Adam Savoy's crew, and they missed that one.
I think that was a big miss on their part. But long game, we'll see what happens.
Trey Minter will be your running back. He will be to the left of the quarterback as they line up. Cephas Johnson, your quarterback, the U of M. 4 across, and the Jaguars had negative yardage in their first series. They send Minter in motion. This is a quarterback draw the whole way.
Oh, wow. What's
the quarterback, Cephas Johnson, got hit in the backfield and then tried to get away, gets across the 20, maybe all the way to the 24. That could have been a loss. He's going to get 4. He was wrapped up by Thomas Pickens, but Pickens had to actually come from behind. He had a good shot at him a little earlier. 2nd down and 6. Man, that's a strong young man. They've got 3 receivers left and an H-back left side. Now they send Kwame Brown in in motion, and they give it to Minter right up the middle. He is going to get across the 25-yard line to the 27, maybe the 28. It'll be near it. It's the 28. It'll be a gain of 4. It'll be 3rd down and 2, and this is what they like. Bryce Hump, O'Brien, Goodson made the stop. So you want them in 3rd and long. They want it in 3rd and short, and they got the better. They're very good with conversion here. 53% on the year in 3rd down conversion. Tigers load the box. Cephas Johnson hands the ball off Minter. He's hit. Oh, and he spins away across the 30. Got the first down to the 36-yard line. A pickup of 8. Actually, the running back was Jared Wilson that time, and a big block by the left tackle, Jacob Shoemaker. And he was hit and spun away and picked up their first down in the game.
Cortez Love, the redshirt freshman, came up and delivered a big blow in the backfield, but he couldn't wrap him up. They hit shoulder pad to shoulder pad. While he was trying to wrap his arms, he couldn't do it, spun away and got the first.
Jared Wilson, a kid from Troy, Alabama, stays in. Here is a handoff to him, and this time he gets wrapped up immediately by O'Brien Goodson in the backfield. That'll be the 2nd tackle for loss in the game. Back at the 34-yard line, and it's a loss of 2. 2nd down and 12 coming, and that was very quick D by Mr. Goodson. Good to have you back.
Yeah, great to have you back. He's from the University of South Panola down there in Batesville. He just totally beat the center's block and got there when the ball did.
They got a tight end left and an H-back left who goes in motion. Now they got 3 on the right side. Here's the snap. Handoff straight up the gut. Again, met at the line of scrimmage is Jared Wilson. And a gain of 1 to the 35. Now is the long 3rd down Memphis is hoping for. 3rd down and 11. 9 minutes, 24 seconds left to go first quarter. No score here in Mobile.
You think they've been running this thing up the gut, but you see the quarterback continuing the option on the outside. So they could be setting Memphis up for something going wide here on this down.
Tigers bring Jonathan Wilson back in, and Goodson's going to get a rest. So they are shifting guys around. They've got 5 in the box on 3rd down and 12. 2 receivers right, 1 left, H-back left side. They send Minter in motion, the running back. Here's the snap, and the inside screen caught and broken up right at the 40-yard line. A great tackle there. Sanchez Blake did a great job of reading that. It'll be a pickup of 5. It'll be 4th down and 6. And for the 2nd time in the game, South Alabama's going to have to punt it away.
And credit also Austin Hall for coming up quickly from the outside to force the receiver to cut back inside, and that's where number 41, Sanchez Blake, was waiting for him, and he delivered the leather to get him on the ground.
Jack Brooks on the kick again, a 39-yarder. The last time it was away from Pop Williams. He's the Australian. He's got 2 in front of him. Memphis looks like they're coming. Here's the snap, and he gets it away. Again, same side. Pop's going to call for a fair catch, and he does so at his own 18-yard line. So that's a pretty good punt, 42 yards, 0 return, and we'll take the break. For the 2nd time in the game, Memphis will have the football. We've got no score. Lead 11 to go here in the first quarter in Mobile. It's the Tigers nothing and South Alabama nothing as you listen to Tiger football from Learfield IMG College. 8:11 left to go here in the first quarter in Mobile, Alabama. No score between the Jaguars of South Alabama and the University of Memphis Tigers. This portion of the game brought to you by Sems Murphy. Sports injuries are no game. Make a play for the best spine, pain management, and concussion care with a team of experts at Sems Murphy Clinic, leaders in brain and spine care. So the U of M, 3 and out. They've given up 1 first down in the game on defense, but for the most part, they've really limited the Jags in total offensive yards, a total of 18 so far, but they've had a couple of tackles for loss, but they really didn't get anything going. They had a long pass that could have been, as you said, a pass interference. That was for Pop Williams. They had 1 nice run. And then Kenny Gainwell had a chance in the flat, but this is that field turf, and it's really hot, by the way.
Yes, it is.
If it's 90, it means the field's about 110 or so. He slipped and he fell, and then he had a great punt, almost a classic one of those great coffin corner punts by Adam Williams, but it didn't stay in bounds. So the Tigers will have to start at their own 18-yard line. 8:11 to go in the first, their second possession. They split 2 men to the left side and 1 to the right. Kenneth Gainwell in the backfield and Brady White. So far, 1 for 2.
Should have had a first down on that throw to Kenny Gainwell, though. That just tough that he slipped on that play.
So let's see if they can write it now. Here's the snap, and again, right up the middle to Gainwell. Makes two men miss 30. Middle of the field, 40. Cuts it to the near side, 50. Down the right sideline, 40, 30, 20. Knocked out of bounds inside the 15. All the way at the 11-yard line. 67 yards, and what a block by Dylan Parham.
Dylan Parham just totally waylaid the nose tackle out there, and there goes Kenny Gainwell up the middle, cut it to the outside, picked up blockers downfield, got down inside the AutoZone red zone.
Two left, one right, it's Coxie. Here's a handoff. Gainwell makes two men miss. Up the middle across the 10, diving to the 5. He'll get 6. It'll be second down and 4. The Tigers on the move. DJ Daniels, the free safety for the Jaguars, put the brakes on, but Memphis has had really good push on 2 plays in a row by the O-line. Coxie near side, lines up on the number. Ball's on that right hash. Gainwell right up the middle. Big hole, touchdown Tigers.
Oh, that's just what you want to do. Just blow right down the field and right into the end zone. Abina Izzo with a big block down there. Manuel Arona Lopez. Gainwell just had the forward momentum and just bowled over the safety into the end zone for the Tigers. Touchdown.
I think they're giving credit for that block to Scotty Dill. We wondered if he was okay. He absolutely was. So that is a 3-play, 82-yard drive in 50 seconds, and the Tigers are on the board first, 6-0. Here comes the extra point from Riley. Snap down, kick on the way, right down the middle.
That's what you want to do. And the birthday boy knocks it through the uprights for a 7-0 Tiger lead.
So Memphis really answers on their second possession. They go the distance, and they've got the early lead by a touchdown here in Mobile. This is Tiger football from Learfield IMG College. 7:21 remaining here in the first quarter. Tigers on their second possession go the distance, 82 yards. So far, 4 carries for Kenny Gainwell. 88 yards, and the U of M leads hit 7-0. Tiger fans, eat like a winner tonight and visit Ruth's Chris Steakhouse in Memphis for an unforgettable evening of sizzling steak and warm hospitality. Visit Ruth's Chris today. We actually passed a Ruth's Chris here in Mobile on the way to the stadium today.
Were you licking your chops, Dave?
I was asking you if you would buy.
Oh, you were asking. That's why that question went right over my head. But you
don't remember it, huh?
No, it's a hot day out there, and you know that you got Kenny Gainwell, almost 88 yards, almost 100 yards in the first quarter, and we're not even halfway through it yet. And we expect to see a bunch of backs play, and hopefully they'll have the same success that Mr. Gainwell has had here this afternoon.
Well, the Tigers special teams must be really getting a lot of respect, at least the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, nobody wants to run back on them.
Nobody has run one back, even Trey Minter, who is outstanding on kick returns. Minter has an 18-yard average on 7 returns, along with 31, but he took a fair catch the last time. We, by the way, want to give a congratulations to Daphne Palmer.
Yes.
Our Danny O'Brien's sister, who is expecting a girl sometime soon.
Congratulations.
So we give a good, big congratulations on that. Here's the run-up by Riley, and this one is deep into the end zone and out of the end zone. That was about 9 yards deep. I can't tell which way the wind is really blowing. I don't think it was much of a factor. That was just a rocket off the foot of Riley Patterson. And so that's his 8th touchback on the year. Has there been like 2 returns maybe in the 3 games?
It's something how Southern did not, they weren't even interested in running the kickback. And Minter, he caught the ball on the 2-yard line on the Memphis first on the kickoff to open the game, and he decided to fair catch it. So now here comes the South Alabama Jaguars on their own 25. They trail 7-0.
Tigers will bring Braylon Brown in, so they're going to rotate these defensive fronts. Here's the snap to the quarterback, who throws over the middle. A strike. A beauty on a slant in, caught at the 40, down at the 41-yard line. A pickup of 16. That's Jalen Tolbert. He's their Z receiver, his 4th catch of the year. That'll be Just the second first down in the game for South Alabama. 7 minutes left to go first quarter. 7-0 Tigers. Jaguars have it at their own 41, middle of the field. Cephas Johnson, the quarterback, has a man in motion and fakes it to him. Tries to run up the middle. Stutter steps, gets to the 44. A pickup of 2 to 3. That was it. Ran right into Braylon Brown just in the game. Second down and 8 coming.
Braylon Brown coming in. He's going to see a lot of action today. That first pass by the quarterback, Cephas, man, that thing was a frozen rope, and it was a great catch because that ball had some heat on it. So that looks like they can throw the football if they have to.
Brown and Tolbert split to the left. They send an H-back, Zach Crosby, in motion right side. The first penalty of the game is going to be movement in that offensive line. That'll be procedure called. And that's Adam Savoy, who said, there's our first miscue by anybody today in terms of penalties. You realize, by the way, that the U of M, the only time they did not score last week against Southern was when they had penalties?
Isn't that something? The only time, huh?
Yep. Twice. Here's the snap at Johnson. Inside screen. Catch is made, and the ball carrier, Jalen Tolbert, absolutely destroyed by a missile named Austin Hall. He is the prettiest tackler on this team, and I mean his form perfect.
Oh, you remember that woo hit he got last week against Southern U where the back coming out of the backfield was just naked, all alone out there, and he totally blasted him. It was reminiscent of that play, except it was a slant to the inside.
Cade Sutherland and Davin Flanord, who's Gerald Wallace, the kid from the NBA, his son. They are in. They split 3 right, 1 left. Here's the snap on 3rd and long, and they pass it over the middle, incomplete. That time Tolbert looked inside. It sort of hit him in the shoulder, and it went and ricocheted immediately down. So the U of M 3 times in this game, they forced that 3rd and long. The Jaguars come up empty. The U of M up 7-0, about to get the ball back.
And that time it was a drop pass. It was right on the money, but it hit him in the shoulder pads. Instead of just catching it in his hands, he tried to trap it against his chest. Couldn't do it, but he was immediately blasted after the ball got there, so he wouldn't have gotten the first down anyway. 3rd time in the game, Jack Brooks, the putter from Australia, in the game, standing at his own 24. Pop Williams back at his own 25. Tigers look like they're coming. They load the box, and here they come, and here is the kick. He gets it away. This one's high. Pop's got a chance. He catches it at the 25. Comes near sideline, 30. Breaks a tackle, gets bumped out of bounds about the 32. And that was a great play down there not to get an illegal block by Memphis. Pop had set up the Jacoby Francis down there, just did a great job of an influence block, not getting in front of it or getting a clip on a guy down there.
So a 37-yard punt, 7-yard return. The U of M's got the ball at their own 31 when we come back to Mobile. 5:23 to go in the first. Tigers lead at 7-0, and they got the ball when we come back. And this is Tiger football from Learfield IMG College. Here's 1st and 10 from the 31. Back goes White to throw. Over the middle, looking for Coxie, a little too high. It'll be 2nd down and 10. 5:19 to go here in the first quarter. Memphis leads it 7-0. They work quickly. They've got 3 line up left side, H-back and tight end on the right side. Now they send Magnifico in motion left. Here's the snap and a big hole up the middle. And here comes Kylan Watkins across the 35-40, twists to the 41, very close to a first down.
Yeah, the Kylan got a nice little block on the inside right there. That's Dustin Woodard doing the job. He slipped a tackle about 3 yards downfield and comes close, very close to that first down.
Kenny Gainwell back in for Watkins. He gets 9.5 on that. So 3rd down and very short here. And you're really on your own 40, so this could be 4-down territory. Brady White in a shotgun. Handoff. Gainwell caught in the backfield. He's going to lose 5 back to the 35. Taji Stewart, a defensive end, another senior, just burst by everybody, and Gainwell never had a chance.
No, there was nowhere for him to go. Tigers trying to go with the short field, kind of a semi-sweep, but when Gainwell got the ball, there were 2 red shirts right in front of him and another one breathing down his neck from the backside. He couldn't flip it back, and so that just goes down as a loss. You live to punt and fight another day.
They'll call it a 4th and 5 on the 36, so Adam Williams comes in to punt. Minter, the very dangerous returner, at the 20. He averages a couple of yards per return. He's moving to one side of the field, trying to figure out which way Adam Williams is going to go. Long count. Here's the snap, and Williams. Rugby's right, and we've got stoppage of play I thought there might have been movement in the line.
Is it delay of game? Yeah, everybody was moving on both sides of the line, but they call a delay of game. And they were trying to look and see where Mentor was going to line up. Of course, Mentor runs from one side to the other, and Adam Williams was staring him down. If you go over here, I'm going to kick it over to the other side, and they lost sight of the clock.
T.J. Carter, one gunner for the Tigers, and on the other side is Laundre Thomas. Here is the snap. They're going to rugby to the right, and this kick is away. Minter watches it, catches it near the 22, got bumped, and goes down. And that was T.J. Carter who bumped him when he caught it. He was able to fall forward to about the 25. He got hit at the 22. It'll be first down and 10 for the Jaguars there. 3:51 left to go here in the opening quarter, and the Tigers lead at 7-0.
That's a great play by T.J. Carter. He's a gunner on the outside. By gunner means all you do is you sprint. You're on the outside. You just sprint down the field as fast as you can. You're not really trying to break down on the return man. You just want to try to, if you can get a kill shot, you take it. And that time he got a good bump on him and made him lose his balance.
47-yard kick and a 2-yard return. Jared Wilson in at running back, and they go with a jet sweep to Minter, and he cuts it back. He's got room 30, and then he got clobbered right at the 32-yard line. He got 7 yards, but somebody laid one on him, and it might have been
that's like Carlito
Gonzalez just in the game, and there is a player injured, and it's Minter, the ball carrier, their star. He absolutely got destroyed by Carlito Gonzalez, and we'll take a look on the replay, and you can see him lower his head. It was a clean shot. It was right at the shoulders, and Minter went down, and there is great concern on the field right now for their best offensive player.
You can say Carlito had his way on that one. He just totally caught him dead right on the sternum. I mean, it was just a total plant hit. And it's one when they say your feet are going one way and then they're going the other way. I mean, he got hit so hard, I thought his cleats were going to come off. Well, that was a blast.
And that is the way that Memphis coaches. They tell you, keep your head up, but you go right for the sternum.
Yes.
That is where they want you to just run through the player, and Minter is getting up slowly. He is going to need some help, I think. Maybe it's just I
think he got the breath knocked out.
I hope that's the case. Yeah. And he definitely is wheezy. As he gets up, they got to turn him around. He's facing the Tiger sideline at the moment. I don't think he quite knows where he is yet.
Boy, he got tattooed. You know what? This Tiger secondary, they hit people, Dave.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification as you listen to Tiger football from Learfield IMG College. So the good news is Minter is walking off the field with a little bit of help. He's still very, very woozy. And the Jaguars now have a second down and 2 with the ball on their own 33-yard line. So we got 7 on a nifty play. Jared Wilson in the game. He's behind the quarterback, Cephas Johnson, and a handoff straight ahead. And Wilson is able to drag a couple of Tigers across the 35 to the 36-yard line, and they'll pick up another first down. Third in the game. Memphis leads 7-0. 3:22 to go here in the opening quarter.
You know, that was a woo hit that Carlito Gonzalez hit. Everybody in the booth in the stadium, and I think out on the street went woo when Carlito just tagged him on that play. But South Alabama, they're used to passing licks themselves. They got a first down here near the 40.
Right at their own 37 on the near hash. That's the left side. They send a man in motion left to right. They fake the jet. And Cephas Johnson to throw. He's got time. He's going deep down the middle. He's got a man, but it's too far, incomplete. And he threw that ball a long way, Jarvis. He threw that of almost 60 yards in the air. And Jalen Tolbert, who's already had one catch for a first down in this game, was 2 steps behind the secondary. But that time Johnson threw it too far.
Yeah, he had a man wide open, and he had time to throw. He had time to let his receiver break open out of his cut, and he launched it. And, I mean, he launched it. There was at least 10 yards past the receiver.
Tolbert goes out. Mo Edwards has not yet caught a ball this year into the game. They send Kwame Brown in motion, and they fake the handoff, and the quarterback, Cephas Johnson, tries to run up the middle. He's going to get 3 or 4 to the 40-yard line, tripped up right there by Thomas Pickens. It'll set up a 3rd down and 7. 2:38 to go in the opening quarter. The Tigers lead South Alabama 7-0.
Well, they like to run the screen game. We've seen them throw a bunch of little screens here. They may try to set the Tigers up on a pump and go because Memphis has jumped on those screens and not really let anybody get outside of them wide.
Jaguars 1 of 4 on 3rd down conversion. 2 left, 2 right. Here's the snap, and here's time for Johnson. Steps up, throws over the middle, incomplete. At the Tiger 40 line, 5-yard line, they were looking for Kawan Baker, and that ball was just a little bit low. There was very good coverage by Carlito Gonzalez. 2 big plays on this possession by South Alabama. On 4th down and 7 at their own 40. The Jaguars will punt it away again. Pop Williams back at his own 20.
Well, this is where you gamble. Do you bring pressure? You drop back in the nickel. The Tigers drop back in the nickel. Had more DBs out there that he had time to throw, but there was just couldn't find anybody really open. Would have taken a pinpoint pass to complete that one.
Jack Brooks with a long count looks at a full house. Tigers really don't come after him this time, and the Aussie gets it away end over end, and Pop's going to return it from the 18. Makes the first man miss. Gets to the left sideline. Gets to the 25-yard line and down about the 26 or 27. It's amazing how he gets 5 or 6 yards almost all the time. That one first step always fools him. 42-yard kick, an 8-yard return in the U of M with 2:03 left to go in the first. In business again, a 1st and 10 with a ball on their own 26-yard line. This portion of the game brought to you by ATC Fitness. Only a $25 a month charge for fitness, tanning, and massage. Always no commitment and no processing. ATC Fitness, exercise your right to look good. We've got an injured player, and it's Pop Williams. And Pop has been nursing a very bad foot. Ankle, we're not sure. It's a lower extremity on one of the legs. He's been wearing a boot, even to the practices to the stadium today. He was wearing a boot, and somehow he makes everything happen. But he's the player that is injured right in front of the Tiger bench. Barry Phillips, the great orthopedic doctor from Campbell Clinic, is looking after him right now.
Yeah, that's amazing. You know, Pop's come to the stadium. He's got his suit on, but he's also got that boot wearing it. That's a protective thing. They want to protect him as long as they can, and then they'll break him out. He becomes Superman when he comes out of the phone booth, when he comes out of the booth and gets out there on the field. And like you said, Dave, it's amazing how he gets yards on these returns. He catches it, and he stands there and waits to say, well, what are you doing waiting? He's hesitating to make defense commit, but now they've got him standing up, but it doesn't look like he's going to put any pressure on that foot that he was wearing the boot on, his right foot.
By the way, last we saw, UCF was up 13-0 at home on Stanford in the first quarter, up 14-0, and I think they're deep in the Stanford territory. They may go for a field goal to make it even more. Navy leading East Carolina 14-0. Oklahoma State on top of Tulsa 17-0. And a little bit earlier today, a bit of an upset. Temple took Maryland to task 20-17. Here come the Tigers and Kenny Gainwell behind the quarterback. Brady White in a pistol. Here's a handoff left side. Gainwell makes 2 men miss. Gets across the 30-yard line. Dives to about the 32, maybe the 33, a gain of 6.
That's just a nice play. They go off the left side of the Tigers' offensive line over there, and Kenny picks his spots.
Gainwell could get 100 yards in the first half. He had 88. Here's a snap. And a play fake, and White throwing over the middle. In stride, catch made at the 50-yard line, and quickly brought down is DeMonte Coxie, but that's good for 23 yards. Move the chains. The Tigers in the middle of the field have a 1st and 10. That's the South Alabama 45. A minute 24 to go. They're up 7-0 right here in the first quarter. Tigers want to work quickly. They can't, as South Alabama makes wholesale changes on the defensive front. And they bring in a bunch of 2s, but those are some fairly experienced guys. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Here's the snap. They give it to the running back, Kenny Gainwell, right up the gut for a couple, maybe only one. He ran right into that big defensive front that had just changed and had fresh legs.
Yeah, that's one thing, like we said, that's the strength of this team is their defensive front, and they got a lot of guys that can play. It's a hot day out there. Memphis has had the ball and moved it on offense, so they shifted some guys out to try to get fresh legs out there.
2 receivers right, tight end on the right side, 1 receiver left. 1 back, Kenny Gainwell to the left of the quarterback in the shotgun. Here's the snap, here's pressure, here's the throw. It is caught by Antonio Gibson at the 45, 35, makes a man miss, gets to the 30, cuts it to the middle, gets across the 25-yard line, knocked down near the 22. Move the chains, a gain of 22. 27 seconds left in the quarter, and the Tigers almost at the auto zone red zone. Joey Magnifico comes into the game. We've got 2 receivers left, 1 right. Here's the snap. Here's a give to Gainwell. He's waiting. He's patient. It's Kalen Watkins, and Watkins picks his way, gets across. He dives forward to the 17. Nick Mobley, their sophomore leading tackler, made the stop, and that'll probably be the last play of the quarter. It is. The Tigers will have a 2nd and 5 with a ball on the 17 when we come back to Mobile. A good first quarter for the U of M. They lead it 7-0, and they are knocking on the door as we'll begin the second quarter in a minute. This is Tiger football from Learfield IMG College. And welcome back here to start the second quarter. The Tigers have a lead of 7-0 in Mobile over the South Alabama Jaguars. They did it with a good deal of success on the ground. They've got 105 yards rushing. Kenny Gainwell's got 90 of those. Brady White, 3 of 5, 47 yards. And a really nice strike of 23 to DeMonte Coxey on this possession. The U of M up 7-0. Time to get ready for a season of comfort. Your local Chick-fil-A is now serving sides of mac and cheese, which means it's the perfect time to curl up with a bowl full of cheesy comfort, because it's the little things, like a blend of cheeses and baked crispy edges, that make a meal feel like home. Tigers are trying to feel like home right here. The latest we heard, Pop Williams injured on the punt return that began this possession. He is still in the tent, and ironically, standing right next to the tent is Patrick Taylor, who I don't think we're going to see for a couple of weeks.
No, Big Pat still has the boot on, plus he's also on crutches, but excellent first quarter for Memphis, as you mentioned. 105 yards rushing, 47 passing, only 20 yards rushing, only 30 yards rushing on 12 carries for USA, South Alabama, and they've thrown for 21. So 51 yards total offense for South Alabama in the first, 152 yards total offense for Memphis in the first quarter.
Tigers 4 first downs so far in the game, only 3 for South Alabama. In the news you just mentioned, they only have 30 yards running the ball on 12 plays. Their star, Trey Minter, who was hit by Carlito Gonzalez, we just got word he's out for the rest of the game. Wow,
that's a big loss for this Jaguar team. They say it's a concussion. So, and Carlito really tagged him hard. I mean, he had good yards. He picked up 9 yards on a second down play. Looked like they would pick up another first down, but Carlito shut the door on that, and in a big and mean way.
Kylan Watkins in the game at running back. He is behind the quarterback, Brady White, in what looks like will be a pistol. You got 2 receivers on the left side. They are Kadarian Jones, and the deep man on the number is DeMonte Coxey. Tight end on the right side, Magnifico goes in motion. Here's a handoff, and Watkins makes one man miss, but walks right into and is turned by one of their big defensive ends. And that will be no gain. It'll be 3rd down and 5. Riley Cole, defensive end, had 2 tackles for loss already in the season. May have picked up his 3rd.
They just overpowered the left side of the Tigers' offensive line. Kylan did a great job getting back to the line of scrimmage by making that first guy miss.
Trips left, and this time on the hash, Coxey's over there. White's in a shotgun, Watkins to his right. They send Jones sort of in motion. Here's the snap. Brady with time throwing. Right side toward the end zone. A diving catch. Touchdown! What a play!
What a throw and what a catch beautiful play. They just sent Kylan Watkins on my favorite play, the wheel route out of the backfield. Brady first looked to the left, then went back to his right. The ball laid perfectly over the defensive back shoulders on the dive by Kylan Watkins. The former Whitehaven Tiger gets his second touchdown of the year, this time via the pass.
That's another Wolf Chase Toyota Tiger touchdown. The #1 volume sales leader in Memphis, and the volume has increased on the lead. 13-0, 18 yards on that catch. Here's Patterson for the extra point. Snap down, kick up, and through, and it's 14-0. And we've played 32 seconds here in the second quarter. We'll take the break. 14-zip Tigers as you listen to Memphis football from Learfield IMG College. Welcome back to Mobile. 14-0 Tigers, 14-18 left to go. Here in the opening half, Tigers go 7 plays, 74 yards, 2:45 off the clock. Now the Tigers with 169 total yards, and we've just really begun the second quarter. And Brady now 4 of 6, 65 yards, and another touchdown. That is his third on the year. We don't know about Pop Williams, but we know Trey Minter, and we'll have to really take a good long look to see what happens, who will be returning for the Jaguars now that their #1 receiver, running back, and returner are all out of the game. It's all one guy. His name is Trey Minter. This portion of the game brought to you by KTG USA, located in Memphis. KTG USA is the maker of White Cloud bathroom tissue and a proud sponsor of Tiger Sports. KTG sees your greatness, Memphis, and wants to offer you a career opportunity to be a part of the Made in Memphis Consumer Products team. To apply for your career opportunity, visit KTGUSA.com.
South Alabama, they really like all the backs they have. Trey Minter just happens to be the star, but Jared Wilson is a 5'11", 220-pound redshirt freshman. And Carlos Davis, he's 5'10", 205. He's a redshirt freshman. They're both from right around here, one from Troy, the other from Muscle Shoals. So we'll expect to see a lot of them coming up with Mr. Minter out of the ball game.
I think with him out now, either Jalen Thompson or Tyrone Leggett will be your main return man.
Here's gone. Forget that.
The run-up, and boy, you were not kidding. A cannon of a kickoff by Riley Patterson. It hits the S in Southern Alabama on the backside, 8 yards deep, out of the end zone, and another touchback for Mr. Patterson.
That's number 9, I think, right?
That is 9 on the year in really a total of only 15 kickoffs. And I think there's only been one return because there have been so many fair catches.
So many fair catches. Yeah, no, they don't want any part of that with Memphis. Tigers running out here right now. Big John Tate is going to come in at one of those defensive tackle spots. He's a big one. Big John Tate, 6'4", 295, redshirt junior out of Pine Bluff, Arkansas.
They have really mixed up those defensive linemen, that is for sure. Austin Hall creeps up like he is going to blitz. Here's Cephas Johnson. He's going to fake the jet sweep, and he runs up the middle and just gets back to the line of scrimmage. Good job that time by the defensive front for the Tigers. No gain.
And who was in on that tackle, Dave? Austin Hall. He was in. He didn't make the initial hit, but he made a good hit, and now we've got another Jaguar. Who's down
and
the
it's
field.
their quarterback, Cephas Johnson. They've got a backup named Tylen Morton, 6'4" junior from Griffin, Georgia, but he hasn't played that much, and I don't think they got a whole lot of confidence in him. And if Cephas Johnson goes out, man, you've lost your best player in Minter. Johnson's probably your second best at that very important position of quarterback. They've got problems. We've got to take a break. Tigers up 14-0. We haven't even played a minute here of the second quarter, and the Jaguars quarterback is shaken up and still down. We're back here in Mobile in a second. This is Tiger football from Learfield IMG College.
This is 4-3.
Back here in Mobile, Tigers lead at 14-0. The injured player was pretty much on top of the quarterback. We thought it was Cephas Johnson when we went to the break. It's actually the left guard. He's the second teamer there, but he plays a lot. A senior named Max Sherright. So he needed help to get off. He's off, and the Tigers will have to see who comes in to replace the offensive linemen. In the meantime, they did not gain anything, and the quarterback, who was okay, was really pretty much underneath that player, so he appears to be okay. They got a 2nd down and 10 with 14:08 to go here in the opening half, and the U of M leading 7-0.
Right.
Tigers, we're talking about some of the keys in this game.
Yes.
And they were really talking about making sure you stay disciplined, because these guys would try different things to fool you, and that's why they've been so good on the ground. And Memphis has read everything they've tried to do, including that sneak by the quarterback.
Yeah, he's had a bunch of runs. The quarterback has a lot of play-action type runs where you think he's sticking it in the belly right there, but then he pulls it out and takes off himself. And he's gotten a few yards on it, but they've either had a couple of penalties or Memphis has come up with some tackles for lost yardage to make them spin their wheels.
So Hayden Merchant comes in. He really was the first teamer. They go back and forth, he and Sherright, so he'll have to play a bunch more now. Into the game, defensive side, Big John Tate's in there. Kwame Brown goes in motion. They fake the jet sweep. The quarterback is rolling to his right and throwing, and he is way off the mark into the bench. He threw that one away. Great coverage that time, and there was pressure by Bryce Huff and Austin Hall on a linebacker blitz, and here is a 3rd down and 10, 4th 3rd down and extremely long in the game, and they are 1 of 5 on 3rd down conversions.
And they line up quickly. You'd think they want to take some time and not put their defense back on the field, but Memphis had everybody covered on that play. That was a good play by the quarterback just to throw it away.
14-0 Tigers. 1:05 gone here in the second quarter. 3rd down and 10 from the 25. Here's the snap. Johnson wants to throw. He is flush from the pocket. He breaks a tackle, gets to the 35, gets the 1st down at the 40, and it gets all the way to the 45-yard line. Freelance there, 20 yards on 3rd down and 10. The Tigers had him dead to rights 2 times, and that's a shifty quarterback there who gets a big 1st down.
Yeah, he broke out of the tackle of Bryant, the quarterback, coming up on the blitz. He stepped inside of him, and then it was just high knee after that. He stepped out of 3 tackles that it seemed like the Tigers had him, but this guy's slippery for as big as he is, 220 pounds.
Ball's on the right hash, 1st down and 10, fakes the handoff, throws left side, nearly picked off, incomplete. That time Jacoby Francis run it, knocked it down, and really, I think it kind of went right through his hands. That could have been a pick 6 to make it 21-0. It'll be 2nd down and 10 with the ball on the 45. Tigers lead 14-0, 13-19 to go in the second quarter.
That was a pick 6 if there ever was one. He totally read that right, was right on top of the play. Somehow he just couldn't pull it in. Everett
Cunningham in the game. Remember, he started the year all banged up. They've got 3 in the backfield. Quarterback sandwiches, and they hand the ball off. It will go, I believe, to Jared Wilson. He'll try the left side. He gets nothing right at the line of scrimmage. 3rd down and 10 coming again. 2nd time in this possession. That'll be the case with 13 minutes to go in the half. 14-0 Tigers. Ball sitting at the Jaguar 45-yard line.
All right, so the defense now here, we're getting near midfield. What kind of play will South Alabama pull out right here? They've got a 3rd and 10, and they have not had much success on 3rd and long yardage.
Jaleel Clemens, the freshman in the game. Bryce Huff is up front too. So is O'Brien Goodson. Here's the snap, and the quarterback all alone back there, flush from the pocket again. This time he's brought down, and this time he was brought down by Everett Cunningham. A loss of 6 yards, first sack in the game. It's going to be 4th down and 15, and the Tigers are about to get another punt. Let's see who's going to return it. It is not going to be Pop Williams.
Who's going back?
I think it's Antonio Gibson, who's already had a big catch in this
wait
game.
A minute.
No, it's
is
not.
84, that's Calvin Austin.
It is Calvin Austin.
Former Harding Academy Lion.
And here he had plenty of high school punt returns for touchdowns, and he is a world-class speedster, a track star. Here's the snap, and Brooks gets the punt away, and it's a gorgeous one. Hanging high, fair catch is called for at the 19-yard line by Calvin Austin. That's a punt of 42 yards, no return. 11:55 left to go here in the first half. Memphis has the ball at their own 19, and they lead it 14-0 in Mobile. This is Tiger football from Learfield IMG College. Welcome back here in Mobile. Tigers with the ball and a 14-0 lead. 11:55 to go in the half. Dave Woloshin, Jarvis Greer, Danny O'Brien, our engineer, and our staff man, Scott Foreman. This has been fun. Tigers really have been dominant. pretty much on both sides of the ball. They got a total of 169 yards, and there are only 65 yards for the Jaguars, and the Tigers about to get the ball. By the way, UCF beaten Stanford 21-7, 5:25 left to go in the first quarter, and they've got the ball.
They're just good.
Notre Dame knocking the heck out of New Mexico 38-7 at the half. Alabama with only a 4-point lead on South Carolina near the end of the first quarter. We've already had some nice surprises in the AAC today. Not just that UCF Stanford scored, but how about what Temple did to Maryland. There's a team that scored 60 on Syracuse. They could only get 17 today. And Temple upsets Maryland. Cincinnati winner 35-13. And Tulsa and Oklahoma State giving them a game at 17-7 at the moment.
Tigers going in a two-back set here, Dave, and Travion Samuel is that second back out there. He's the that graduate transfer out of Louisville, 5'7", but around 200 pounds, and he is a stick of dynamite out there on the field.
He's a guy that can flat out fly. So in between those two is Brady White, two receivers on the right side. Here's the snap, and they will give the ball to Samuel, and he is hit in the backfield for a loss of about a yard. Roy Yancey, the kid from Opelika, the junior strong side linebacker, made the stop.
Yeah, he gets the ball, and they get him, and that's about all you can say about that play. He had two guys around him. He's not getting out of that. He's lined up wide right now.
This time, White's in a pistol. He's got the running back Watkins behind him. He hands the ball off to him. Veers to the near side. Big hole. 20, 25, 30. He's got the first down. It's Kenny Gainwell. Gainwell along the near side. 40-yard line. Tiptoes out of bounds at about the 49-yard line. Maybe the 50. That's going to be 32 more for Kenny Gainwell. And Sean Dykes was the one with the big blocks there. And Kenny's over 100 yards now.
And great balance, too.
Twins right, one man left. It's Coxey. Here's the snap, and White wants to throw, and he's looking for Dykes left side, too high, incomplete at the Jaguar 45-yard line. And now Brady is 4 of 7 so far in the game. Kenny Gainwell, 122 yards on 7 carries.
That's getting it done, and that you got to credit your offensive line. But it was great balance. He took a lick about 4 yards down the field, did not lose his feet, and then used his speed to pick up that extra yardage.
Two receivers right, one left at Samuel. He goes in motion, and they give him the ball on a jet sweep, and he finds a hole. He almost trips 45-40. He's got the first down and more. 35-yard line, finally brought down at about the 32-yard line.
Boy, he was like tripping for about 15 yards down the field. He made that cut and started losing his balance. He was reaching out to his blocker to try to bounce off his butt, but he kept his balance and picked up another first down off the cut. Great run by Travion.
Yeah, that's 18 yards for that young man. Here's White in a pistol. He's got Gainwell behind him. Kadarian Jones split wide left. One man split wide right. Here's the snap, and Brady's going to throw. He's got time, looking over the middle. Incomplete, maybe picked off. Coxey, it was behind him, went up to get it, tipped it, and that may have been intercepted by Gus Nave.
Yeah,
it is. There's the second interception this year against Brady White, and that one was tough. Well, I have to see if he really held on to it. Looks like he got it from the replay I just saw. And there's going to be a change of field there. The Tigers were driving. Looked like they were going to make this thing at least 17-0. And with 10:25 to go, the Tigers have a turnover for the second time. It is being reviewed. This portion of the game brought to you by your Memphis area Honda dealers. Visit today for a winning deal on a new Honda. You'll score a great drive every day. Go to MemphisAreaHondaDealers.com.
That was a tough break. The pass was high to Coxey over the middle on the slant, but he had both hands on it, and it just got through his hands. And it kind of squirted out, like a greased pig, and they're calling the play a good play, interception off the tip pass by USA.
So the second interception for White this year. Here's a man in motion. They give it to him on a jet sweep, and he tries to find room. He gets to the 20, and he is rocked.
And hit hard.
Somebody came up and delivered a big hit on the ball carrier. I believe it was Kwame Brown on that sweep, and that thing was
Kwame Brown used to play in the NBA. That Kwame Brown? He played for the Grizzlies, remember?
Kwame Baker, I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. I was like, wow, Kwame came back in about 2 feet shorter.
There he gets 3 yards. It'll be second down and 7. Under 10 minutes to go. First half, 14-0 Tigers. This time, Cephas Johnson in a shotgun. Here is the snap, and he's going to throw that to his back. Little flare. Jared Wilson in the backfield. He's going to get to about the 23-yard line. He runs right into Bryce Huff. Huff knocks him down. That's no gain. It'll be 3rd down and 7.
Good defense. This Tiger defense, the guys up front, just getting the job done. You can mention every name out there. Bryce Huff, Swamp Donkey, Jonathan Wilson, JoJo Dorsey. They're all around the football no matter where it goes. And it was a tough break. Brady, on the passes that he's missed so far in this game, he's been a little bit high. And that last one to Coxie was high, but Coxie had both hands on it, should have brought it in.
Juan Baker and Mo Edwards split to the right side. Now they send a man in motion. The other side, they fake it to him. The quarterback's going to try to run on 3rd down and long, and he got to the line of scrimmage. Maybe with an extra push, he got near the 26-yard line. Austin Hall will make the stop, a gain of 2. It'll be 4th down and 2, under 9 minutes to go in the half. 14-0 Tigers, and they're about to get the ball back.
This Tiger defense hits hard and they wrap up. There's only been one time where a runner, and that was Mitter early in the ball game, got free off a good hit attempt by a Memphis Tiger. Other than that, if they get hit, they go down, and they go down hard.
Calvin Austin back for the U of M to field the punt with Pop Williams out. He's standing at his own 30-yard line. Jack Brooks' legs got to be tired. This is, I think, his 6th punt already in the game. Here's the snap. No pressure at all. He gets it away, and it is a wobbly kick. It'll come down near the 35-yard line. It takes a Jaguar kick inside the 30 and out of bounds at about the 25-yard line. They'll call it the 24. 53-yard kick, no return. Calvin Austin played that smart, and it'll be Tiger football with 8:14 to go and a 14-0 lead. It looked like it was going to be more minutes ago until the interception on a long pass to Coxie.
Tip ball. Yeah, that was tough. You know, you got momentum, you're moving the football, but your defense has really played well, and they got the offense back on the field. Brady White, the only passes he's missed, he's been a little high on. Let's see if he can get that nose of the football down a little bit more. But they're running and throwing well this afternoon.
Coxie splits to the left side, 2 to the right side. Brady's got 1 back to his left, and he hands it off to him, and it's Watkins, and there's a huge high 30. Makes a man miss 40. They're not going to get him. 50, 40, 30, 20. Makes a dip at the 10 as they finally catch him, and they do catch him at the 4-yard line. That one is 72 yards. Coxie with a big block. And how about that for Kylan Watkins, the red shirt sophomore from Whitehaven? They say he's got great vision and lateral moves. Man, he sure did there. Here's a handoff. Watkins again hitting the backfield back near the 5. He won't go anywhere. That time the big man, Sean Brown from Pleasant Grove, Alabama, 325 pounds, converged on a 178-pound Kylan Watkins.
Kylan's not that big. He's slippery, though. He makes people miss. And just a great – the only reason he got tackled on that play is because the defensive back, the last man standing, was able to use the sideline as the extra defender, and Kylan had to cut back, and when he did, there was a lot of trash back in there, and they caught him at the 4.
289 total yards for the U of M, and on the ground now 224. They've got it on the left hash. It's back at the 5-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and goal from there. Inside the auto zone, red zone. They have Gainwell back in the game. They hand it off to him. He crashes through, down to the 3. Down to the 2, can't get in. They stopped him short. It'll be a pickup of 3. It'll be 3rd down and goal from the 2. Under 7 minutes to go. Here in the opening half, the Tigers lead at 14-0 and looking for more.
Yeah, get hungry. This is where you get greedy. You want to put that in, get across that double stripe, get some more runs. Gainwell goes out, and they put Kylan Watkins back in. So, Kylan, you got the ball down there. Are they going to give it to him to see if he can get in?
Well, they're going to have to go the perimeter probably with him. They got 2 receivers right now. He goes in motion. Here's Brady rolling to his right, throwing to his right. Too far. He had the man, and it was Kylan Watkins out of the backfield. He dove to get it like he did for a touchdown earlier, but he couldn't get that one. It'll be 4th down and goal from the 2. What will Mike Norvell do here?
He's going for it. The offense is staying on the field, and that was tough because Brady had everything was cut in the middle. Everybody covered, so he went to the outside receiver, but he just threw it a little bit too far outside. The receiver was covered, and he just could not reach out to get it.
Jones will split wide left side. Magnifico's a tight end over there. They got Gibson in the slot right side. Here's the snap. Brady rolling to his right again, throwing over the middle. It is caught. And And a Tiger touchdown.
Wow, that's a tough play. Kadarian Jones comes up with the catch, and I'm telling you what, there was so much trash in the middle of the field on that throwback. It was almost like that play that Ole Miss intercepted. We have a flag?
I think there's a flag on the play in the end zone.
He got in there, so that's not a question. It's whether there was some hanky-panky. Do you see a flag?
I do. It is right.
On the field is a touchdown, but we do have a flag on the play.
You just heard the question answered. That is on the A, the smaller A in Alabama, right in the middle of the end zone. And we'll have to see what Adam.
There is no foul for a legal man downfield because the pass did not cross the line of scrimmage. The result of the play, touchdown.
No flag. Formation was legal, and a touchdown for the U of M. And to be honest with you, that ball was thrown in the middle.
Oh, man,
I believe it was to a tight end.
It was Kadarian.
It's Kadarian Jones.
Yeah.
And so he gets the wonderful Wolf Chase Toyota Tiger touchdown, and it's 20-0. So on a fourth down, they go again. And now they're about 80%. They're going to go for two.
The 2-point conversion
And they do not make it. 20-0. 5 plays, 76 yards, a minute 48 to go. Not sure why they went for it, but they're gamblers. They went on the fourth down and goal. They got in there. They didn't get the 2-point conversion. 6:26 left to go here in the first half. And the U of M leads South Alabama 20-0. This is Tiger football from Learfield IMG College. And welcome back here at Lav Peoples Stadium in Mobile. The Tigers lead the Jaguars of South Alabama 20-0. This is part of the program brought to you by your Memphis area ride share program. Tiger football always happy that these folks are around, and they want to remind you can help the air quality team in their efforts to improve our community's air quality. Carpooling, van pooling, taking the bus, walking, riding your bike to work. It all saves money and improves air quality. You can find out more info at shelbytnhealth.com. So the Tigers go 5 plays, 76 yards, a minute 48 off to take the lead of 20-0. They went on a 4th and goal from the 2. They are now 7 of 9 in that category on the year, which leads the country. And they went for the 2, not sure why, but they had the center line up way on the right side, flinged it to the center, and it just didn't work.
Yeah, I think that's just something where they're trying to put something on film for everybody else to take a look at to make them say, well, if they line up in that like swinging gate formation, they will actually do it. So it just gives them something else to do. But you do that when you're up in a ball game, and it doesn't seem like the other team has anything that they can do with you. And that's what Memphis is doing right now. They're not letting USA get away.
Kenny Gainwell, 125 yards. Kylan Watkins, 85 yards already. The run up and the long kick into the end zone. It'll come down, and it'll be another touchback. His third in this game so far with 6:26 remaining. Don't forget the Tigers will get the ball to start the second half. 6:26 to go here, though, in the first, and the Jaguars will come out again. They have been stymied. They only have 74 yards so far in this game. The Tigers, 227 total on the ground now.
And, everybody talking about Brady his arm strength. His arm strength has been fine. The only passes he's missed on have been just a little high. They've been where they're supposed to go, but just have been a little high.
Cephas Johnson, empty backfield. They send a man in motion. They fake the jet sweep, and they throw on the hash, incomplete, looking for Baker, and that was well covered. Carlito Gonzalez was over there. Tigers had a safety come over. They played that beautifully. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
If that hadn't have been in the ground like that, they would have been picked because Jacoby had him short and the free safety had him over the top. So excellent defensive coverage by Memphis. We said at the beginning of the game they wanted to make USA, South Alabama have to throw the ball. They're in throwing situations now.
Morris Joseph into the game. Here's the snap, and the quarterback on an option keeps, and he gets hit hard by Thomas Pickens for a yard loss back at the 24. That was another cruncher. And the Tigers with yet another tackle for loss. So they're saying 3rd down and 10. Looks to me like he lost about couple of inches, I guess. 6 minutes to go, 20-0 Tigers. Here's another 3rd and 10, Jarvo.
How many big hits have we had in this game from this defense?
At least 4.
They've been striking licks.
And one knocked out their star, Trey Minter, and that one came from Carlito Gonzalez. Everett Cunningham creeps up. Tigers have 5 in the box. Here's 3rd down and 10 for Cephas Johnson. Jared Wilson, the running back, is to his right in a shotgun. He's got 2 receivers left and an H-back on the left side, too. Here's the snap and a play fake, and Cephas running to his right. He's being hounded. He's going to end up running out of bounds near the 25.
Oh, come on, Red.
And a very late
from 50 yards away.
By the side judge is going to call a hit out of bounds. And boy, I wish you could review that. Now the referee's going to talk with the side judge about that. Yeah. There was incidental contact as he was running out, and here comes the word.
Oh, come on.
Wow, they just handed them a gift.
That Austin Hall making the long run, coming from his outside linebacker spot on the other side of the field, chasing the play from behind, pulling up at the sideline. The quarterback kept running, and he just basically kind of ran into him just as they crossed the line. He couldn't get out of the way. So that's just a terrible call. That's like incidental contact.
I believe they call it actually on Everett Cunningham.
They call on Everett? Where?
Yeah.
Oh, they call it Everett. Yeah. Oh, Everett pushed him right at the stripe. That's so close.
That is a very questionable call. Here's the snap, and Johnson to throw over the middle. It is caught at the Tiger 45-yard line. Jalen Tolbert's second catch in the game. Flags fly everywhere after the pickup of 15 yards.
Just a quick slant, then they call a hold out of the defensive holding off the cut. We'll see.
Prior to pass, holding, defense number 2.
So they called it on T.J. Carter for that hold. You cut it perfectly, Jarbo. And they declined it. It'll be a 1st down and 10 for South Alabama, their first venture into Tiger territory at the U of M 43. Jared Wilson will be the running back, and he's behind the quarterback, Cephas Johnson, in a pistol. They send Baker in motion, and they give it to the running back Wilson, and he is hit hard at the 41-yard line. A pickup of 2. Tim Hart, the kid from MUS, made his presence known. That's a gain of 1.5 yards.
Nice play. Tim Hart had him at the waist, wrapped him up, got to the legs, and brought him down, not giving him hardly anything on that play.
4:35 to go in the half. 20-0 Tigers. This is their Jaguars' best series so far in Tiger territory. 2nd down and 8 on that far hash. Johnson has Wilson to his right. Play fakes to him. He wants to throw. Over the middle. Incomplete at the 15-yard line. Looking for Jalen Tolbert again. Well covered by the U of M. Francis was over there. Carlito Gonzalez was over there. And coming back in coverage there was Thomas Pickens, too. That was well defended. Here is a 3rd down and 8 for the Jaguars at the Tiger 41.
Now, Memphis dialing up pressure. Will they bring a late blitz, or will they drop out everybody back in coverage like they did last time to make them throw the ball away?
They bring Braylon Brown in, so they got a big sophomore in there. Here's the snap, and the ball's fumbled, loose on the ground, picked up. I think Bryce Huff had a chance at it.
I think that's Bryce
and
Huff.
He got it.
Recovered by Memphis.
So they got a bad break and a bad call for a personal foul on Everett Cunningham. Braylon Brown was the guy that stripped the football away. Bryce Huff came up with it. The Tigers have the ball with 4:10 to go, up 20-0, and they have it at their own 44-yard line with plenty of time to try and get some more. This portion of the game brought to you by Precision Door Service. For all your garage door service and installation needs, call the pros at Precision Door Service. Big Tiger fans, they boast a 100% customer satisfaction guarantee. When it's time to repair your broken garage door, remember, they fix doors right. Magnifico goes in motion left, and a pistol. Here's Brady White handing off to Kenny Gainwell. He loses his helmet, and that's got to be a face mask to knock that thing off, and he loses yards back to the 42. But I got a feeling they took that helmet off, and there's going to be a foul here. A penalty called on the Jaguars.
I would think so, Dave. That he got it there in a big mash of players, and everything looked fine, but your helmet just doesn't come off like that because it wasn't really even on a hit.
Gainwell staying in the game. Yep. That's a 15-yard walk-off, too.
The offensive player may remain in the game because his helmet came off for foul.
So they say Kenny's got to go out, or what? He can stay in.
He can stay in because they pulled it off illegally.
Right.
And this one will walk all the way into South Alabama territory at the Jaguar 41-yard line. First down and 10, Tigers right there. Just under 4 to go in the half. They lead at 20-0. 2 left, 1 right. Here's a handoff. It is to Gainwell, and Gainwell's got a big hole. Across the 35-yard line, dives forward for 8 or 9 to the 32.
And you see that body lean he's running with, Dave. Yeah. He's got that ball with 2 hands around it, and he is almost parallel to the ground going through that hole. There's nothing for the defense to grab a hold of unless it's a knee or maybe even a thigh, and he's running through that.
Sean Dykes lines up as a receiver on the right side. Here's the snap and a give to Kenny Gainwell, and he's going to get the first down. He ducked in right behind Manuel Arana-Lopez and Scotty Dill and picks up 3 yards. He only needed 2. First down and 10, Tigers at the South Alabama 29. They lead at 20-0, and there's 3:18 to go in the half. They'll work quickly. 2 receivers left. Coxie, the deep man, on the left side. We got a tight end on the right side. It's a pistol look for Brady. He's got Gainwell behind him from the right hash. Here's the snap. Gainwell cuts it to the right side, looking for room. Makes a man miss. Gets across the 25-yard line down to the 24. Manuel Arana-Lopez with a great block there and 4 more yards for Gainwell. It'll be second down and 6, and the clock is at 2:50 to go in the half.
Gainwell takes a seat right now. Kylan Watkins, who's also having a good game, the freshman out of Whitehaven High School, is in at the tailback spot.
He's got a shot at 100 yards too. It's the pistol look again with Brady White in front of Watkins. Handoff Watkins, hit the backfield down at the 30. Boy, they guessed that one right, and that time Jeremiah Little, a junior defensive end, just broke right by everybody, grabbed him by the ankles. He had nowhere to go. That'll be a loss of 5. It'll be third down and 11 with the ball at the South Alabama 30. Clock is ticking with 2:14 to go. Trips line up left side. You've got Coxie and Jones and Samuels right over there. And one back, it's Watkins. Brady White this time in a shotgun looking at a 5-man front. Here's the snap. He wants to throw. He's got time. Making his reads. Goes right side. He's got Jones wide open. 20-yard line out of bounds at the 15. Move the chains again. Good for 15. They only needed 11. Minute 48 to go in the half. 20-0 Tigers. And they've got that ball at the South Alabama 15.
It's just great protection from the offensive line. Brady looking to the left. Checked 1, 2, 3 receivers. Then knew he had his backside man. That was Kadarian Jones wide open in the flat. Just nice little slight toss to him. He gets the first down.
Jones and Dyke split on the left side. Now Samuel goes in motion. Handoff. Watkins right up the middle. Big hole. Across the 10-yard line right down to the 9-yard line. That's a pickup of about 6. It'll be second down with a minute 38 to go here in the half, and the Tigers leading 20-0.
And they're not in a hurry right now. They're going to take some time, let the clock run down a little bit. They're going to keep this defense on the field, keep them guessing what Memphis will do.
Inside the AutoZone red zone, they've got Jones on the number left, and on the hash, Dykes. There's a man in motion. Here is a handoff to Watkins, and he gets wrapped up. He might have gotten a yard to the 8-yard line, but he again was hit immediately by Tajee Stewart. That's the second time the defensive end has made a big play. So here's a third down and 3 from the 8. You can get a first down and still score. We're under a minute now. 2 receivers left, Jones and Samuel. 1 Coxie to the right side. Here's the snap, and Brady's going to throw, and he's got time, and we got a stoppage. We got a procedure call on Memphis.
I think Brady took a little bit too much time doing the checkdowns right there and forgot how much time was left on the play clock. Because he put Kylan going one way, and then he shifted him to the other side of the backfield and then started calling the play, and then that's when they dropped the flag.
So they'll bring Kenny Gainwell in on this play. And the Tigers are going to use a timeout here. They call that on Travian Samuel. And the Tigers cash in the first timeout. They got 49 seconds left. They got a third down and 8 now. You can get a first down with the ball at the 13-yard line. They lead at 20-0. Planning to drink, don't plan to drive. The Tennessee Highway Safety Office reminds you, fans don't let fans drive drunk.
All right, now here's the thing about the situation that Memphis is in right now, up 20-0. how good are the Tigers? Well, they say, well, good teams, when they get a turnover like Memphis did near midfield, they score. Memphis here with less than a minute left on the clock here in the first half. 3 is nice, but you want to get 7, if at all possible, to just take the life out of this South Alabama Jaguar team. Their heads are down. You look at their demeanor on the sideline, the ones that are out there on the field standing around the coach. It looks like they're wanting to get into the locker room and get cool, while the Tigers are up moving around, and they want to get out there and play. So this is where you say, look, if we're as good as we want to be, we're stuffing this thing in the end zone. We'll take 3 if that's what it comes to, but we want to stuff this in.
327 total yards for the U of M in this game. They've limited the Jaguars to 90.
So that's about what Memphis had against Ole Miss in the whole half, right? It was 326 or 356.
Well, now they got Antonio Gibson with Kadarian Jones left. Gainwell is in at running back. Coxie split wide to the right, and so is Joey Magnifico. No tight end. They're all receivers. Here's the snap. Brady to throw. Looking end zone. Too high.
Nice play. Good play coming underneath.
Coxie had a look. He got his hands up, and he was well covered that time by Devin Rocket. And the U of M's going to have to kick a field goal here with 44 seconds remaining. And with the ball at the 13, that'll be a 30-yard attempt.
Brady White threw that a little bit right at Coxie. If he had let him a little bit, maybe he could have made the catch, but the free safety was right there. That would have been a big collision in the end zone.
Put a lot of mustard on it, I'll tell you that. So here comes Riley, and before the Tigers can snap the ball, we've got another penalty.
Now, you don't want to start doing this here. You want to get the points, and you don't want to give Riley a chance to miss one.
That'll be the 4th penalty on the U of M now. And the 3rd in the last minute.
Yeah, a couple on this drive right here. Goodness.
So this will back it up. It'll be a 35-yarder now for Riley. He is perfect on the year, 2 of 2. None from this distance. Ball's in the middle of the field. High snap. It's put down. Kicks on the way. It's a low line drive. And it goes through the left upright. Wow.
You credit the holder on that one, Dave. I don't know how he got that.
You got to give Preston Brady a big tip of the cap, because that was a high snap. He got it down, whirled the ball around so the seams weren't in the way. The kick was off timing. It was a low line drive, but it got through the left upright, and the U of M gets the field goal to make it 23-0. 9 plays, 38 yards. A 36-yard field goal, officially 3.5 off the clock, and it came after a big defensive play. They knocked the ball loose for a turnover. Now both teams with 1 turnover in the game, and there's 39 ticks left here in the first half. 23-0. You like that score, that's for sure.
You definitely do. That's what you want. Like, hey, I'm greedy. I wanted to get to 7 out of that, but it was not to be. Credit South Alabama. Of course, the Tigers had a couple of illegal procedure plays and delay of game that messed them up on that drive, but they got the ball down there after the turnover. They got points off a turnover, and that's what you want.
Riley Patterson with yet another kickoff. He's had 3 touchbacks already in the game. This one won't be. It is short. It is taken at the 10-yard by Kawan Baker. He gets across the 25.
Great Scott, where
and
are they
all kinds of flags fly as a big hit low is made by a Tiger special teamer.
These guys are like throwing them. They're trying to see who can throw a flag the longest.
It's going to be on South Alabama.
Illegal block in the back. So that's just going to back them up even more. But, I mean, it
must have been obvious, because there were literally 3 in the air at the same time, and they all came from great distance.
They sure did. It
was almost like a referee competition who could throw it the farthest.
It's like they're on the 40-yard line on the other side of the field. I'm going to see if I can throw it to the 20.
It'll back them up to the 12. Let's see. Jared Wilson will be in. Remember, Trey Minner, their star, out of the game on a hit from Carlito Gonzalez at the end of the first quarter. And so now we'll just have to wait and see what they do here. Most likely take a knee. They'll kick things off. Tigers have rotated so many defensive linemen in this game. They send a man in motion, and here's the quarterback going to run it himself, and Cephas Johnson gets to the 15-yard line to pick up a 3. Down he goes there with 27 seconds left to go. And let's see if they run any more. It looks like they're going to.
They're going to try to do something. 18 seconds and ticking.
Johnson looks over at Steve Campbell, his coach.
Steve wants to get into the air conditioning.
Now they're not going to do anything.
If
they do, they're going to wait. No, he said, forget it. Let's go. So they all start to walk off the field right now. Mike Norvell brings his team over. They're not going to go into the – some of the players started to head for the locker room. He said, no, sir.
Hey, Ben. Come see me.
Come see me, and they'll huddle in front of him, and then they'll discuss what they usually discuss, some last-second things, and then go back into the locker room to discuss it further. A very good first 30 minutes. 23-0 Tigers, 327 total yards, 93. That's all South Alabama could muster. This was a very good showing both on offense and defense. We'll send it back to Buffalo Wild Wings and to Jeff Brightwell and Matt Dillon in just a minute. Good first half here at Ladd Peoples in Mobile. Tigers lead South Alabama 23-0 as you listen from Learfield IMG College.
On the Memphis Tigers Sports Network from Learfield IMG College. Tiger football is on the air. The second half is just around the corner. Now, here's Dave Woloshin and Jarvis Greer.
Hello, welcome back to Mobile, Ladd Peoples Stadium. A great first half for the U of M. They lead it 23-0 dominance on both sides of the ball. They ended up running the ball for 245 yards, 82 through the air, 327 total, and they limited this very good running team to 55 yards on the ground, South Alabama, 93 yards total, with their top back, Trey Minter, knocked out of the game with only 13 yards. Adam Fuller could see his streak as a defensive coordinator go to 16 straight games without the opposition having a 100-yard rusher, and the Tigers are probably in pretty good shape there. Brady White's numbers, 6 of 12, a little bit like what he does on the road. About
he's hit his average, yeah.
82 yards, 2 touchdowns, the 1 pick. I don't know if that is on him. It was a little high, but it was catchable for Coxie. Coxie, 1 catch, 23 yards. Now the 8th all-time yards receiving Tiger with 1,676 yards. 77 more. He'll get our guy for 7th. That would be Russell Coleman. The Tigers, Copeland. Tigers now will get the ball right to left on your radio dial with a 23-0 lead. Here's the kick, end over end. It is returnable. It is taken by Gibson at the 5, cuts it to the middle 10, makes a man miss. 15-20. He spins at the 25, gets across the 30, and all the way to the 36-yard line. A 35-yard return for Antonio Gibson, and that is his 4th return this year. That is his new long. Very, very good. The Tigers in business, starting at their own 38-yard line.
And he looked a lot like Tony Pollard on that play. He saw the hole and he hit it like a rocket. Jumped through a would-be tackle attempt at about the 25-yard line. Picked up great extra yards. And Antonio's a big kid, too. He's about 220 pounds, 6'1", and he definitely has speed to turn on the Jets.
Kenny Gainwell had a heck of a first half. 141 yards and a touchdown. He's lined up to the left of Brady White. Ball's in the middle of the field. Here's the snap, and Gainwell gets the ball and tries to find a hole. Leans forward for a yard. That'll be it to about the 38-yard line. He ran right into the nose guard, Jordan Beaton, all 310 pounds of it.
I'm thinking that South Alabama's going to try to force Memphis to throw. Brady's been a little bit iffy. He's only thrown 50% of his passes with a pick on a high ball.
Coxie and Jones split to the left, and H-back on the right side, and the tight end over there, too. Here's the snap and a play fake.
Ooh, he's hit.
And Brady is hit as he lets it go, and it's incomplete at the 35-yard line, nearly picked off. He gets right up, though. He was hit hard, and that time the pressure came from the Bandit. It was Tajee Stewart, his second big play in the game. Here's a 3rd down and 9. The U of M, 2 of 6 on 3rd down conversions. They're 42% on the year. They split 2 to the left side, including Magnifico, as a receiver. 2 on the right, and Gainwell stays in. Left of the quarterback, Brady's in a pistol, and they look like they're coming. He's got a long count. They got a bunch in the box. Here's the snap. Good protection this time. Lofting, left sideline. Caught by Magnifico after it was tipped to the 30, the 20. They get him inside the 5-yard line on a diving tackle that saved what would have been a touchdown. 58 yards. That was almost a pick, and the ball was pretty well tipped right to Magnifico.
Oh, it was. Brady saw Joey Magnifico breaking up the field, up the seam, and just tried to loft it out there to him. The free safety played it perfectly, but couldn't pull it in.
So from the 4 left hash, quick throw, right side, looking for Gibson. Touchdown, Tigers. A bullet of a pass just past a linebacker, and it caught Gibson in a great place. Another Wolf Chase Toyota Tiger touchdown. What a strike by Brady. He needed that one, his 3rd touchdown strike in the game. Gibson comes up with the magnificent catch, and for Antonio, that's his 2nd on the year, and it's 29-0. This time the conventional extra point, snap down, kick on the way, right through.
Got it in there.
And it's 30-0. 4 plays, 63 yards, a minute 10 off the clock. And the Tigers have extended the lead. Bangor South's proud to be a Memphis Tiger sponsor. We're right where you are, at football games, at work, anywhere you need to be with checking, savings, and financial services. We're investing in you. Bangor South, a member FDIC. 13:50 remaining, 3rd quarter. The U of M marches down the field to start the second half. They lead South Alabama 30-0, and this is Memphis football from Learfield IMG College. Here at Ladd Peoples Stadium in Mobile, the Tigers lead 30-0 over South Alabama. We're just underway, a minute 10 into the 3rd quarter. It's been a good day for the American thus far in
It's been a great day.
Orlando. Central Florida is, walloping Stanford 38-7, 30 seconds left in the first half. And earlier today, Temple beat Maryland 20-17. How about this at the half? Tulsa upsetting Oklahoma State at home 21-20 at the break. And we go back to UCF, the kid Winbush that had transferred from Notre Dame. He tweaked himself. They bring in a true freshman, Dylan Gabriel, 231 yards, 3 touchdowns, all in the first half. Wow.
This is a good league that Memphis is in right now. The American Athletic Conference is flexing its muscles and showing that it can play. Houston took one on the chin last night, but only by 7 to 20th-ranked Washington State in a game at NRG Stadium in Houston. But this league has come on. It's on the scene. Just give us the money.
The 58-yard bomb from Brady to Joey Magnifico, career long for the tight end. 12,373 on hand. They watch the short kick this time, and returnable off the foot of Riley Patterson, returned by, I believe it's Jalen Thompson, and the cornerback gets too near the 20-yard line and no more, maybe to the 19. Not a long return, only 17 yards. The short kick by Patterson, one of the few that were not touchbacks today, and it'll be South Alabama ball. There was some pushing and shoving as the piles unpiled, but no flags, thank goodness.
Yeah, they're just down there playing football, meet at the middle. I see you, you see me, and that's what that's about. But, yeah, it was almost a squib kick the way it came off his foot. It got down there in a hurry. He got down there so fast he was almost surprised to get the ball that quickly. But good coverage by the Memphis kickoff defensive unit.
Jaguars are starting middle of the field at the 19-yard line. Jared Wilson is the running back, right behind the quarterback, Cephas Johnson. Here's the snap and pressure, and a sack. Donkey. And this time it was Swamp Donkey. Jonathan Wilson, his first sack. He led the team in quarterback hits coming into the game, and he's got his first sack, and that is going to be minus 5 yards.
Yeah, he just blew through that left defensive tackle spot. The quarterback had nowhere to go. He caught him up around the shoulder pads and spun him to the turf.
2nd and 15 at the 14. They send a man in motion to the right side. Here's the snap, and Johnson looks to that right side. Here's a catch made at about the 18-yard line, and immediate contact on Jalen Tolbert. It'll be a pickup of 4, and that time Sanchez Blake, he came in a hurry. By the way, Austin Hall led in tackles in the first half with 5. Blake's got a couple now. It'll be 3rd down and 11 from the 18-yard line. Under 13 minutes to go, third quarter. 30-0 Tigers. 2 to the right, 2 to the left. They spread you out here, does South Alabama. Here's the snap, and the quarterback, Johnson, going deep down the left side. Incomplete, but absolute pass interference on Jacoby Francis. Davin Flanord. I don't know if he'd beaten him, but the problem was Francis didn't look back, and contact was made, and that'll be a first down.
Well, Jacoby played him to the outside initially. The receiver kept running. He was playing the outcut, and when he kept running, that's how he kind of lost a step on the play. Quarterback floated it out there. Good recovery speed by Jacoby to get back up there with him, but he never did turn his head.
So the Jaguars will get the ball at their own 33 on the near hash. That's the right side. They've got one receiver there, 3 to the left side. Here's the snap, and Johnson wants to throw. Steps up now. He's going to run, and he will get near the 40-yard line, and he gets crunched there by a couple of Tigers. So that'll be 7 yards to the positive. 2nd down and 3 coming.
Now, this kid at quarterback, he's a big kid now, 6'2", and he's about 225 pounds. He's a big one back there. And the Tigers, though, are making him feel it. Every time he decides to tuck it and run, he's getting stroked.
J.J. Russell pounded him that time. 3 right, 1 left. They're staying in the spread, and they're going to throw. Here's the snap, and Joseph looks over the middle. Nearly picked off by Austin Hall. Incomplete at the Tiger 45-yard line. Tolbert again was the target, and my goodness, that could have been the pickoff by Austin Hall.
It's like the Tigers know the plays that are being run. It's almost like you're running against the scout team offense. The defense knows the plays, and they're coming out there, and they're in the right place at the right time.
Jaleel Clemens, the freshman. Everett Cunningham are your ends as the Tigers rotate that front. Here is a 3rd down and 3. Here's the snap and a screen. Incomplete. They threw it for the back, and he really threw that behind him. Incomplete. And that'll bring up a 4th down and 3 at the 40-yard line. And what will Steve Campbell do here? He's going to punt. He'll bring on his Australian kicker, Jack Brooks, who was a busy man in the first half. 6 punts.
They haven't really proven that they can stop this Memphis offense from putting points on the board, so he's going to give Memphis a long way to go. Calvin Austin, the former Harding Academy Lion, who is also a world-class sprinter on the Tiger track team, is back there to receive the punt.
Bob Williams got hurt in the half. This will be the 3rd return for Austin. Here's the snap, and here is pressure. It's away. This may be returnable. Austin from the 17. Tries to get to the far side, and he is tripped off with a beautiful open field tackle there. I believe that was DJ Daniels who got him after a 45-yard kick and about a -1 yard return. 11:52 remaining in the 3rd. The Tigers with the ball at their 16. They lead it 30-0 here in Mobile. This is Memphis football from Learfield IMG College. Welcome back here in Mobile. Dave Woloshin, Jarvis, Greer with you. Scott Foreman on the numbers. Danny O'Brien, our producer, our engineer, and our spotter. Yeah, he is. He's getting paid for 3 things today.
He's also the restroom attendant.
Your Mid-South Chevy dealers, proud partners of the Tigers. Get behind the wheel and see for yourself why Chevrolet keeps collecting award after award. Drive one home today. Find new roads at your local Mid-South Chevy dealer.
Did he hand you your towel when you were in there, Dave?
Tigers have found a whole bunch of roads on the ground and a couple through the air. Joey Magnifico, a career-long 58 yards now. They're just shy of 400 total yards. And now South Alabama's yet to crack the 100-yard mark. They're stuck at 99. Brady White, let's see. You score here, you sit Brady the rest of the game?
I think so.
If you can get this thing to 36?
I think so. If you can get up 37-0, and the way that the defense is controlling a South Alabama team without its top player and mentor who was put out of the game off Carlito's hit. Carlito had his way with a woo hit that knocked him out. He got a concussion. So he's out for the rest of this game. They really can't do much without him.
We got a battle of the bands here. Not too many people, only 12,000. I think that was a little disappointing. I thought there would be 20 or so. They're building that new $75 million stadium on campus. Here come the Tigers, right to left in your radio dial, all white, blue helmets. The South Alabama Jaguars look like Louisville's old unis. Here's a play fake and a throw over the middle, and Kadarian Jones dropped it. It might have been a little bit high and behind him, but it was catchable.
That's catchable.
And Jones couldn't come up with it, and Brady's numbers now well under 50%.
Now that was a catchable ball. Brady did throw it a little bit behind him, but he had to because the free safety was coming right over. You lead him, and that's either a pick or you get your receiver hurt. So, but it was right in his hands. It wasn't a hard thrown ball. It should have been caught.
Watkins in the game to the left of the quarterback. They send a man in motion. It's Samuel, jet sweep. He's got a little room. Breaks the tackle, gets to the 13 and dives forward to the 15. It'll set up a third and short, 9 yards on that play. Calvin Johnson, the weak side linebacker, made the stop, but that was a good burst that time by Trevion Samuel.
And you saw his leg strength, Dave, as he broke through the line of scrimmage. He blew through two would-be arm tackles about 2 yards downfield, and that allowed him to get close to that first down marker. Not big, 5'7", but about a 200-pounder.
Tigers have Sean Dykes in at tight end on the right side. And they'll send one man wide right, one man left. Two in the backfield. Here's the snap. They give it to Watkins. He's got the first down, breaks a tackle, gets to the 31-yard line. Another first down for the U of M, Dylan Parham. A big block there. And if we look at first downs now, the U of M starting to load up. That's their 13th in the game.
And, yeah, you mentioned great blocking up front by the Tiger offensive line. And Kylan Watkins, not a big guy himself, but he ran through there like a power back to pick up that first down. He made sure he got that and more.
30-0 U of M. 10:40 to go in the third. Here's the snap to White. Play fake to Watkins. Throws underneath to Samuel, and he is upended at the line of scrimmage. A great tackle by Jalen Thompson, their all-conference corner, and some people think he could play in the NFL.
Yeah, he's really good. He's got 8-9 career pass interceptions, and they say this kid, we're going to be very mindful of where he is on the field. That was a good-looking play by Memphis, but it was blown up. They beat the block at the point of attack, and Samuel had nowhere to go after he made the catch.
Two receivers left, H-back right. Here's the snap, and Brady gives it to Watkins off tackle. Big hole! 40 got the first down. Juking at the 50. Spins a man around who finally brings him down at the 49-yard line of South Alabama. DJ Daniels didn't give up on the play, but Watkins is over 100 now. Second back in the game. He got 20 on that one. Moved the chains. 9:50 to go in the third. 30-0 U of M, and here comes Rodriguez Clark. You want a big body?
Oh, boy.
You want to bang after you just had some lightning? Let's see what happens here. White's in a shotgun. Clark's to his right. Two receivers left. Tight end, Magnifico left. One receiver, Coxie right. Here's a handoff to Clark. Makes a man miss. Dives forward. Will only get two to about the 48-yard line. Second down coming. 9.5 to go in the third.
Coach is going to roll the dice with Rodriguez Clark here and see what he can do. He already knows what Kylan Watkins and Kenny Gainwell can do in the run of the game. Now Rodriguez Clark is going to be his show for a little while. Both the two previously mentioned backs over 100 yards rushing.
Jones and Gibson split left. Coxie to the right. Here's the snap. Double tight end set. And he gives it to Clark, and he is hounded. I mean, as soon as he touched it, in came big Jeffrey Watley, and he just crunched. Clark never had a chance. Gainwell comes back in the game. Clark will leave. Third down and 10 for Brady White and company. 8:45 to go in the third. 30-0 U of M. Looking for more. Trips on the left side. And in the slot is Magnifico. Coxie lines up on the right side. One back, Gainwell to the left of Brady in a shotgun. They're rushing four. Here's the snap. Brady steps up with time. Now the pocket collapses. He gets sacked for the first time in the game. Back at the Tiger 45-yard line. That was just nobody there. That was a coverage sack. And Charles Coleman, a redshirt freshman, third string end, finally got to Brady.
The only thing I'll say about that is, everybody was covered, but it appeared if Brady had that really good vision, he had an escape route out the left side as it was wide open there. But when his first two guys were covered, he basically covered up the ball and went down. Wasn't going to take any chances, which is probably smart.
Sutherland for Trey Minter in. Here is Adam Williams to punt for the second time. Gets a good one off.
Good
It angles to the right side, goes inside the 20, goes inside the 10.
Oh, wow.
Goes inside the 5, and it's down at the 3. What coverage there by the University of Memphis. 53 yards on the punt, and I think it was Landry Thomas who ran down there and downed it at the 3.
Oh, that was just a beautiful rugby punt. Excellent execution. And instead of rolling out, it went straight down the field.
We got to take a break. 7:45 remaining. Here in the third, Memphis leads South Alabama 30-0, and the Jaguars are bottled up at their own 3. This is Tiger football from Learfield IMG College.
He has won 2 tickets.
Back in Mobile at People's Stadium, 30-0 Tigers. 7:45 to go, third quarter, and South Alabama's got the ball at their own 3-yard line. This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield IMG College under the broadcasting rights granted by the U of M. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the express written consent of the University of Memphis and Learfield IMG College. Announcers are provided by Learfield IMG College and approved by the University of Memphis. Kenny Gainwell, 142 yards, Jarbo. Kylan Watkins, 113 yards. Total rushing, 275. Total yards, 419. It's the first game with 2 100-yard rushers since the Birmingham Bowl last year.
And that's what you want to see out of the University of Memphis. Yeah, they can throw the ball. They can also run it, and they have been running it very well these last couple of seasons.
Tylen Morton, their third-string quarterback, will come into the game. He's only thrown 2 passes so far this year. He's 1 of 2. He threw an interception at Nebraska. He's only got 5 yards through the air, 3 carries, 14 yards. Here is the handoff straight up the middle as they try to get some yards across the 5 and all the way to the 9-yard line. Good run, 6 yards that time by the running back in the ball game, and I believe it was Carlos Davis, a redshirt freshman, his first carry in the game today. So it'll be 2nd down and 4 at the 9-yard line. The ball's on the far hash. That's on the left side. Again, Morton's your quarterback. They send Baker in motion. They fake the jet sweep. They give it to the running back, and he's going to get across the 10 to about the 12-yard line. It was Davis again, and Davis is about 2 or 3 yards shy of the first down. 7 minutes to go in the third, 30-0 Tigers.
I want to go back to that great punt by Adam Williams off the rugby. The ball was just perfectly, I don't know how you do that to make the thing spin forward like it did, but it rolled right down the sideline, and Leandre Thomas was down there with perfect coverage to stop it before it went in the end zone. 3rd
and 1.5 yards, and a deep shotgun is Morton. He sends a man in motion, fakes it, he's going to run it himself, and he's going to run out of real estate. He got close to the first down near the 14-yard line. I don't know that he got it. We got flags that are flying everywhere.
Who knows what the call is here as they make a little conference.
Well, when that came, usually it's a hold. Face mask on the U of M. I'm going to try to see how many first downs they have in this game. They've got 7. I know that's at least maybe the 3rd now that has come via penalty.
Via penalty, yeah. And the Tigers have played a relatively clean game penalty-wise. Been very clean for Memphis as far as its reputation with getting a lot of penalties, but fairly clean game penalty-wise in this contest.
I think that was Everett Cunningham who reached in, inadvertently got it. So here's 1st down and 10 at the 28-yard line for the Jags. This thing started at the 3. Here's the snap, and Morton's going to throw, and he throws way too high at the 42-yard line. Very good coverage that time. They were looking for Tolbert, and Joey Bryant was all over that play. I don't know if that was a bad throw or a throwaway, but it wasn't close either way.
Joey Bryant, a great story. He originally signed as a track athlete at Arizona State, came out and played football, won a starting job, then tore his ACL, and then as a senior, got into the transfer portal and winds up here in Memphis. You can see him out there. He's still got that brace on his left leg, but in good coverage on that play to make the quarterback throw it away. 2nd
and 10 at the 28. Here's the snap. The quarterback going to run the whole way, and he gets hit from behind. A very good open field tackle by Joe Dorcius right at the 31-yard line. So it'll set up a 3rd down and about 7.
That was an open field one-on-one. If JoJo doesn't make that tackle, he's got some room to run to pick up the first down. They bring JoJo out right now, and they bring in Braylon Brown, the big 6'5", 283 redshirt sophomore out of Cordova, Tennessee.
And they take Pickens out. They go with a nickel look here. 5 defensive backs, 2 to the left, 1 to the right, and an H-back on the right side for Tylen Morton. Here's the snap, and Morton wants to throw. Steps up in the pocket. Now he's going to try to run. Dumps it off, and he's got a man wide open 40, 45-yard line. They went out of the backfield to John Tank Miller just in the game, and he's going to get 14 for a first down. So this is their series. It started at the 3. They've got it at their own 46. 5:23 remaining. Third quarter, 30-0 Memphis.
That's what I'd like to see Brady White be able to do. Extend the play. That was a good, patient scramble by the quarterback until his dump man got open, and he just gave him like a long handle.
Trevion Hamilton in the game now, former Tiger. Here's a handoff, and it goes to Tank Miller, and Miller tries the right side to the 49-yard line, so he'll get about 3, second down and 7, with under 5 minutes to go in the quarter. That's Desmond Hawkins just in the game, made that tackle.
All right, so now Memphis has, you want to say pride on the stake. They still got most of the starters out there on the defensive unit. They don't want to they got a goose egg on the scoreboard. They don't want to see South Alabama get close.
2 receivers right. Hamilton splits left side. They got T.J. Carter on him. Here's the snap, and Martin wants to throw. Morton looking. Now he's chased. Lets it go, and the catch is made, and T.J. Carter then slams him to the ground, and that'll be a personal foul. And guess who it's on? His former teammate, Trevion Hamilton. 6-yard catch at 15.
That's one of those, okay, I get it. Maybe he was a little bit too enthusiastic when he threw him to the turf, but he got there. T.J. Carter got there. When the ball got there, they were both trying to fight. One trying to get him down, the other trying to get more yardage. And it was short of the first down on the catch. But then T.J. got the leverage, picked him up, and threw him to the ground, and that's where the personal foul came.
So they're walking it off into Tiger territory. And this thing has gone from their own 3 to the Tiger 30 with 4:25 clocks running left in the third. Memphis with a 30-point cushion, 30-0.
Yeah, I mean, it's like that's one-on-one, man-on-man, and I'm more man than you, and he threw him down.
Here is a pistol look and a handoff, and it's going nowhere right in the line of scrimmage. Now that's Tank Miller who breaks 2 tackles and gets 3 yards out of that, maybe 4 to the 26. That's second effort. I thought he was stopped cold dead at the line of scrimmage.
That's just good. He just kind of squirted out there like a pumpkin seed. You know, everything was all around him. It looked like he's going to go down, but he kept his legs churning and then was able to pick up a couple of yards on that play.
So the true freshman comes out of the game. They bring in Jared Wilson. They also have a new player in who was going to be a back, goes to a slot. Terrian Avery comes in. He's got speed. 1 left, 1 right. Man in the slot on the right side. 4 in the box on second down and 7. Left hash at the 27. Here's the snap. And they try a run from Wilson right into the pile. Not much, maybe a half a yard. T.J. Carter stopped him. It'll be 3rd down and 6 with 3:15 to go here in the third quarter. The Tigers leading 30-0.
Good play by T.J. Carter. He was on a kind of a half blitz, and he came right down the line to play on the other side of him, and he was able to dive out and grab both ankles and get him on the ground.
Nick Thompson, their 3rd string tight end, comes in. He'll play a slot. And in a pistol look, here is Baker in motion. They fake it to Baker, and they give it to Avery, and he is stopped for a yard loss back at the 33-yard line. It's going to set up a 4th down and 7. Big John Tate from Pine Bluff, Arkansas, made that stop. Steve Campbell's got to go for a touchdown here. Field goal doesn't do you much.
Doesn't do you anything, really, in this game, the way Memphis is playing. But Big John Tate shot out of a cannon like he knew the play as it was drawn up. He got there almost before the ball got there and then had plenty of help from the guys in the blue helmets.
They spread 3 to the right side, 1 to the left side. That's Hamilton. Tigers have 5 in the box. And Morton back to pass. He's rushed, gets out of the packet, looks, throws, incomplete. Right by the sticks at the 20-yard line. Kawan Baker was the intended receiver. There was excellent defense by the U of M. Not a chance.
Quindell Johnson in the nickel. They said he's going to play a lot of nickel today. He came in getting the job done. The quarterback trying to scramble out and buy some more time, find somebody open. Thought he was, but Quindell Johnson there to bat the ball away.
That drive started at the 3. It ends at the Tiger 27. 1st and 10 Memphis when we come back. 2:08 to go in the third. All Tigers 30-0 over South Alabama as you listen to Memphis football from Learfield IMG College. 30-0 Tigers here at South Alabama. Memphis with the ball from their own 27. Brady White, handoff. It'll go to Kenny Gainwell, and there's no room there, nothing. He tried to go right up the middle, right between Dustin Woodard and Manuel Arona Lopez, and got Zippo, one of the few nothing here. Kenny Gainwell's been brilliant in this game, 142 yards and a touchdown on the ground. They got an H-back. It's Magnifico who goes in motion from left to right. Here's a pistol look and a handoff again, Gainwell, and a bit of a hole this time across the 30 to the 31-yard line. That'll be a pickup of 4. It'll be third down and long with a minute and a half to go in the third.
All right, 3rd and 6 here. Memphis in total control of this football game on the road in Mobile. They're taking their time. They're not trying to rush things. They know they've got the lead. It's the old thing, ball and clock. So they're just going to take their time, make a couple of moves at the line of scrimmage. DeMonte Coxey comes from the right side to the left, and now Brady White will call his play.
And they got a triangle over there with Coxey, Gibson, and Jones. Everybody else in tight one back. Brady in a shotgun, long count. Here's the snap, and he's back to pass. Now he's rushed from the pocket, buys himself time, gets it to Coxey. Coxey's got the first down and more. Right side 40 to the 45, and down at about the 48-yard line. That's 17 yards and another Tiger first down with 48 seconds to go in the third and a 30-0 lead. They got a 1st and 10 at their own 48.
And that's what I want to see more from Brady White, to extend the play a little bit. Just bounce out to the right side. He kept his eyes open. That was just a long handoff to DeMonte Coxey, who's closing in on Russell Copeland's receiving mark now.
Jones left, tight end Magnifico. He's on the left side too. 2 receivers right side. Here's the snap and Brady to throw. He's rushed. He gets hit as he lets it go. Deep right side. It is caught at the 10. What a catch. That, I believe, is DeMonte Coxey for 42 yards, leaping in the air and coming down with a pigskin.
And the defensive back was actually in some sort of position, but Coxey with that 6'4" frame just leaped over him. The ball was on target. He had to leap to get it. He makes the catch, and that's how you play big-time college football.
Tigers are not going to get a playoff. They just snapped it, but they didn't get it off as the clock runs out on the third quarter. Memphis in position with a 1st down and 10 inside the AutoZone red zone at the South Alabama 11, and that's how we'll start the fourth quarter. And the lead, 30-0 U of M, as you listen to Tiger football from Learfield IMG College. And welcome back. We're about to start the fourth quarter here at Ladd-Peebles Stadium in Mobile, Alabama. Memphis leads the Jaguars of South Alabama 30-0, and they've got a 1st and 10 at the South Alabama 11-yard line. When we get this set, the U of M will now be going left to right on your radio dial. We want to thank Chuck Hutton Chevrolet for their continued partnership with Tiger football. Chuck Hutton Chevrolet is home of the warranty forever and a proud sponsor of Memphis. Find new roads with Chuck Hutton Chevrolet. And for all your automotive needs, you can check them out at Mount Moriah at I-240 or at chuckhutton.com. You look at these numbers, and they're pretty dominating. 50 plays for the U of M, 481 yards. 52 plays for the Jaguars, and only 139 yards. Kenny Gainwell, 14 carries, 146 yards, and a touchdown. Brady White now 11 of 19. He's got 202 yards, 3 TDs, and 1 pick. Coxey now 3 catches, 81 yards of beauty. A 41-yarder just a couple of minutes ago. So everything really positive for the U of M as we start this fourth and final quarter.
Now, DeMonte Coxey needs only 19 yards to pass Russell Copeland for 8th on the Tigers' all-time receiving list. Of course, Russell Copeland was a great one. He ended up playing several years in the NFL with the Buffalo Bills. He's still in Memphis doing well, and if he's listening to the broadcast, I know he's probably rooting for Coxey to get another catches. He's not selfish like me.
No. Well, I got to tell you something. This is interesting. If Coxey gets the 19 you're talking about,
right,
he passes Russell, but the U of M would have 2 100-yard rushers and a 100-yard receiver.
And that's what this Memphis offense does.
That's what you call
balance.
Balance, exactly.
Yes, indeedy duty. And that's what the Tigers are doing this afternoon here at Ladd-Peebles Stadium in Mobile, Alabama. Dave, we can see the Mobile Bay just over the top of the stadium right there. You going to go swimming after this game?
No, I think we're going to catch a flight so we can get home.
I would like that too.
Jones will split wide right. Dykes will be a tight end on that side. You got Magnifico in as an H-back on the left side. One back, I think it's Kenny Gainwell, and of course Brady White stays in. First down and 10 at the 11-yard line. Jones goes in motion, right to left, and a handoff to Kenny Gainwell hitting the backfield, but it somehow spins out and will his way to the 10-yard line. A pickup of 10, and he was draped by Nick Mobley. How he even got a yard out of that, I don't know.
That's one thing that the coaching staff says. Sometimes you got to be your own blocker. Well, he had to not only run the ball, but to block for himself because there was nothing there, and he made something out of absolutely nothing.
So here comes the jumbo package. JoJo Dorsey will be your fullback. And he's to the right of Brady White. We've never seen this look before. He's actually playing a running back. Oh, it's Kenny Gainwell. He is the tailback.
Speed.
It's the Wildcat, and he tries to get outside as the direct snap goes to him. And a terrific play that time by Gus Nave. He cut him off for a loss back at the 11-yard line, the original line of scrimmage. Wow.
That was a great play by South Alabama there because Gainwell's got speed. He saw he couldn't beat him to the outside, tried to juke him a little bit. He didn't take the juke, so it was a great defensive play out of that alignment by Memphis.
And Gainwell with that Wildcat, he went the other way Dorsey went, and they didn't fool anybody. So here's a third down and 11 at the 12-yard line. Brady White's got Gainwell to his left, trips on the right side. Here's the snap and a quick throw. It's to Gainwell left side to the 10. He's going to battle his way to the 5-yard line, but it'll be shy of the first down after the pickup of 7. This will be about the fourth down and almost 4.
I guess now they're going to go ahead and get the points. We got a hurt player from USA down there.
Another South Alabama injury. The Tigers have lost one today. It was Pop Williams. He got hurt on a punt return. He was really banged up before, and we're going to get a timeout here, and I think we're going to take it. So the U of M's got a fourth down and 4. Looks like they'll kick a field goal. We'll double-check that when we come back. 13:23 remaining in the game, and the U of M leads South Alabama here in Mobile 30-0. Back in a sec. This is Tiger football from Learfield IMG College. Back in Mobile, 30-0 for the moment. The Tigers on top. They got a 4th and 4 at the 5-yard line. They'll probably take the field goal. We'll pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Tiger football from Learfield IMG College. Tiger fans, you don't have to be in the game to be an MVP at Sports Clips Haircut. Score a great haircut without missing a minute of the game. Over 15 Memphis area locations to serve you. Stop by today. Ask for the MVP. And avoid the lines and check in online at sportsclips.com/check-in. So the Tigers have the fourth down at the 5-yard line, and in comes Riley Patterson to kick a field goal. And Riley has got one in the game so far.
And that was a beauty, and thanks to Brady, the holder, for getting a high snap down to allow him to get that ball through the uprights.
This one will come from the 13. It'll be a 23-yarder. It'll be on the left hash. It was Preston Brady on that great hole. Trayson Neal will snap it. It's down. Here's the kick. That one's perfect, and the U of M leads 33-0 with 13:10 remaining. Shelter Insurance is proud sponsor of your Tigers. Call local Shelter Insurance to set up a free personal protection review. You can ask about how Shelter's auto policy also includes roadside assistance. Find an agent near you at shelterinsurance.com. We're your shield, we're your shelter. We're Shelter Insurance. 8 plays, 68 yards, 3:58 off the clock, the 23-yard field goal, and a pretty insurmountable 33-0 lead now for the U of M, hoping to start 3-0 for the 4th time in 5 years.
This game has pretty much gone the way the doctor would describe it. Write it up, give you the prescription, and put it in your mailbox. Memphis basically in control from the outset. getting everything done that they want to get done. The only thing left in this game, other than the ultimate margin of victory, is how many new faces we'll see wearing Tiger uniforms on the field.
Juan Baker and Jalen Thompson deep for South Alabama. Riley Patterson will kick it again. Man, his leg may be getting tired from all the kicks he's made today.
He's had a few today. Yes, he has, and has looked good on them. Tip of the cap to the young man.
Well, you kind of want to stop these guys here, maybe get Connor Adair in there, get Coxie 19 yards to get 3 100-yard performers, and start to fly home.
Yeah, warm up the jet. But first, we got to get this thing finished, and we still want to make sure we get out of here with nobody hurt and get everybody going. Although we do have one injury in this game, and that's Pop Williams. He already came in with a hurt right foot. He was on a boot coming into the stadium today. He had a couple of nice plays that he's made in this game, but got hurt on a punt return and has not returned to the contest.
Tigers had Rodriguez Clark in the game. They take him out. And I believe they brought Sanchez Blake in. Here's the kick from Riley, end over end. Great and kick. Into the end zone, and there's another touchback.
That would be number 10, I believe, on the year for Mr. Patterson.
So the Jaguars will get it at the 25. Let's see if they bring back in Tylen Morton, who came in relief of Cephas Johnson, who's had sort of a tough night. It is the junior from Griffin, Georgia. Jared Wilson will be a running back. And the Tigers continue to play a whole bunch of different defensive linemen.
Although we still have Austin Hall in there at the one linebacker spot. There is Keith Brown, the redshirt freshman. He's in there at a linebacker.
Jaleel Clemens, Keith Brown, as you mentioned, are all in. Here's the snap and a quarterback draw by Morton. He's got a little bit of room as he gets to the 30 and dragged down from behind after the pickup of 5 right there. That was Jacoby Francis who caught him and knocked him down.
The quarterback draw, the quarterback scramble has been basically the offense for this South Alabama football game against this Tiger defense. The defense has played well and shut off pretty much every facet of the Jaguars offense.
Second down and 5 from Morton. He's got Wilson to his left, 2 receivers both sides. The U of M's got 5 in the box. Here's the snap and a throw incomplete. A curl route right near the stick, and Jalen Tolbert dropped the ball. That was fortunate. It'll be third down and 5, and they have been struggling on third down conversions. They're 4 of 13, and believe it or not, they came into this game at 53%, one of the tops in the country. They just haven't been able to figure out Memphis. They've gotten a bunch of their first downs 4 times from penalties today. 2 receivers left, 2 right. Now they send a man in motion. They got 3. That's Baker who goes on the left side. Here's the snap. Morton throws left side to Baker, and he makes the catch. That has a first down at the 40-yard line, knocked down there by Keith Brown.
Yeah, Keith Brown, also Austin Hall coming over. That was a really good throw right between the two. They hit him hard, but he held on to the football.
And that was good for 10 yards. They moved the chains. They got it at their own 40. Morton again in his shotgun. He's got Wilson to his right this time. Same formation. Here's the snap. Pressure, and he steps up. He could run if he wants to, and now he does. 40, 45, makes the juke, gets hit hard.
Ball
comes out. It's picked up by the Tigers. Down the far sideline, 30, 20, 10. No one's going to catch him. A scoop and a score for Austin Hall. The U of M goes 47 yards on the fumble return. Joey Bryant was the one who knocked it loose, and it's 39-0 in Mobile.
Austin Hall, the old Collierville Dragon, his senior year, he's the feature on a lot of the posters. He's got the blue flame coming out with the arms extended, and he did that in front of the Tiger band as he strolled into the end zone on the scoop and score. This Tiger defense, Dave, their defensive statistics are going to be off the chart, and when we go back and look at these when we get back to Big Shelby, I'm telling you what, this defense is tough.
Snap down, kick on the way, right down the middle. The Tigers have a 40 spot now on the year. With 12:02 remaining, that's another Wolf Chase Toyota Tiger touchdown. This time it came from the defense. We got a Tiger now. We'll tell you who it is in just a minute. 12 minutes remaining here at Lad Peoples Stadium. Memphis up 40-0 as you listen to Tiger football from Learfield IMG College. Welcome back here in Mobile, Alabama. 40-0, the University of Memphis over South Alabama. This portion of the game brought to you by Old Dominick, proud hometown partner of the Tigers. Visit olddominick.com to learn more about the state-of-the-art distillery located in the heart of downtown Memphis. Old Dominick encourages all football fans to share a sip responsibly. The injured Tiger was the long snapper, and that, of course, is Trayson Neal, kid from St. Louis. Unfortunately, I think he just had the breath knocked out of him. He got up and he walked off on his own steam, so that is absolutely good news. You were mentioning how good this defense has been today.
Yes.
They've only surrendered 162 yards. South Alabama's only entered Tiger territory 3 times, and
I think 2 of those were off a penalty, I believe.
I don't want to jinx anything, but shutout could possibly be happening here.
Well, Scott,
we got to check to see when that last time is. 1993, 6-0 against Arkansas on the road.
It was in Little Rock at War Memorial Stadium. And that was one of the reasons why they canceled the contract with a game left, because they got tired of getting beat by Memphis. That was also Russell Copeland was on that team. Steve Matthews, quite a group of Memphis Tigers. Quite a group we have right here, right now. You know, Dave, the most hardy people that are in this stadium right now, we got about 300 Tiger fans that are here, and they're sitting in the sun.
Here is the kick by Relly. This one is going to go out of the end zone. It does. It actually flew out of the end zone where it landed. Very descriptive. So, pretty good leg right there. 12:02 to go, 40-0. U of M, and you're right. I'm looking in the shade here, and there are not a whole lot of Jaguar fans left. The U of M, most of our fans have stayed.
Across the way, they're across the way. Of course, what is it, about 6 hours to get down here when you drive it? Mm-hmm. And they're coming down here. Of course, a lot of them are going to take advantage of the weekend and go over to Orange Beach, and because you can't get in the water here. This is a shipyard. But they're down here, and they're loving what they're seeing out of the boys in the blue helmets. White jerseys with blue numerals that Dave can see.
So the Tigers will bring in another fresh defensive lineman, and this is the quarterback, Tyler Morton, who's going to hand it off for a yard
Let him go.
I believe, Jared Wilson again. Not much there. 2nd down and 9 coming, and into the game comes Cortez Love for the first time.
At defensive end, 6'3", 245-pound redshirt freshman out of Memphis. So good to see Cortez. And Tigers really wanted to get him. They won a tough recruiting battle to get him.
I got to tell you, that is really interesting, because you look at 3 deep, he's not even on the 3 deep. Keith Brigham also in the game now. Here's the snap, and Morton throws a strike over the middle, 40, 30. It's Baker. He's on a foot race, 30 Memphis, 20, 10. He's going to score. There goes the shutout. 74 yards. Morton with a strike over the middle, and Kawan Baker did the rest. And the Jaguars are on the board, 40-6.
Just a beautiful play. They split the defense on the little quick seam route, and 2 Tigers trying to get the tackle, knocked each other off, and then it was just a foot race that he won, because the Tiger defensive back, Tyrese Lindsey, had a long way to go to try to get over to the other side of the field to catch him. He went on and pulled up at about the 15 and let him go. No sense in pulling a hamstring when you've got such a big lead. It would have been nice to get the shutout, but it's just nice, a great catch and run by South Alabama.
2 plays, 75 yards, 44 seconds off the clock, and that was against Memphis 3s and 4s. Here's the extra point. It's bobbled. Now they're going to try to pick it up, and the ball gets loose, and it's picked up by the U of M.
We're going to go the other way.
To the 30, to the 40. They're going to go the distance if it's allowed. 30, 20, 10, touchdown Tigers. I think it's Jacoby Francis who picked it up, and that'll be another scoop and score, and that's going to be an 85-yard scoop and score.
Well, take that for scoring a touchdown and ruining our shutout, South Alabama. We'll just, well, that was a clown act on the extra point try.
The ball got snapped low. You only get 2 points on a conversion like that. So it now becomes 42-6. The ball got muffed, and the kicker kept trying to kick the ball. And the holder was like afraid to put the ball down, and it just kind of hung up there. And Jacoby
I don't know, what are you going to do? I'm going to kick it.
I'm going to take it.
So Jacoby Francis said, heck with that noise. Just give me the dang thing. And he took it, did his thing all the way into the end zone. But It's a lot of laughing and scratching going on down here. These are the salad days of Memphis football, folks. Enjoy this. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. We have seen the way it's like on the other side. We like this side much better. Don't you, Dave Woloshin?
2-6. I love this side. I love this year.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. Think about it. When has there ever been? I'm not sure this has ever happened before anywhere, where you were favored in every football game to begin the year at the same time you had the #1 recruiting basketball class in the country.
Oh, man. The Tiger volleyball team is 8-0. The Tigers women's soccer team is 6-1, and they're ranked 14th in the nation. They got a game at UCA, Central Arkansas tomorrow. This is a great time to be a Memphis Tiger.
Gibson deep, I think, with Taj Washington. There's a new combination. And the run-up coming from South Alabama, return of a ball, and Gibson, who's had a long one already, gets it at the 5. Cuts to the middle 10. Now goes to the sideline, 15-20, makes a man miss. He's to the 30, 35, spins to the 40, and finally ends up at the 43-yard line. Wow. Moves like crazy, like Tony Pollard.
I was just going to say.
And the return of 38 yards. And the Tigers back in business with 11:08 to go and a 42-6 lead. And let's see who comes out to be the quarterback.
How many moves did he make on that play, Dave? There's Connor Adair. He's coming out. How many moves did he make?
A bunch. Connor Adair comes out. Rodriguez Clark will be your running back. Adair's going to be in a pistol. 2 receivers to the right side. I don't see Coxie in here, so it's Coy Fairman who is lined up on one side. Here's the snap and the give straight ahead to Rodriguez Clark, and he'll get to the 43-yard line. It'll be second down. And about, he didn't get much at all. 1 yard to the 43, second down and 9.
So the last time we saw Connor Adair, I think, what was he, 5 out of 6 with his only drop, a sure touchdown pass that was dropped. So maybe he'll put it in the air. Let's see what he can do. Cameron
Wilson, the 4th-string tight end, is in. Here's the snap and a give to Clark off the right side. Breaks a couple of tackles, gets close to the 50-yard line. A.J. DeShazer, one of their top defensive players still in the game, put a stop on him. That's a gain of 5. It'll be 3rd down and 4 with 10:24 to go in the game. And Memphis up 42-6. They bring in Tim Taylor this time. He lines up to the left of Connor Adair. 2 receivers to the right side. Cameron Wilson on the right side as a tight end. 1 receiver left. Here's the snap, and Adair to throw, and over the middle. He's got his man. It's Cameron Wilson. He's got a first down at the 45-yard line of the Jaguars. That's good for 6. And I believe that is Cam Wilson's first Tiger reception.
Great play, put it down low so the linebacker couldn't get to it. He made a nice catch of it, turned upfield, but he already knew where the sticks were and picked up the first down.
Well, he's from Hueytown, Alabama, so he does it in front of a bunch of family. 1 receiver left, 1 receiver right. H-back on the right side, high snap. Adair is able to give it to the running back, and a good move by Tim Taylor to get close to the 40-yard line. They'll give him 3. Actually, they'll say at the 42 he's stopped by Joshua Carter. And the Tigers have gone over 500 total yards now with 9:20 to go in the game and leading 42-6. Second down and 7. The ball on the South Alabama 42-yard line. Everybody in tight except for 2 receivers right side. You got an H-back on the left side. Adair in a shotgun. He's got Clark to his left. Here's the snap. A little read. They give it to Clark, or rather Tim Taylor, and Taylor's got room, and he gets 4 or 5 all the way to the 37-yard line, a couple of yards shy of the first down. Gus Nave makes the stop. 8:50 to go in the game. 42-6 Tigers at a 3rd down and 2 at the South Alabama 37-yard line. Coming up.
You know what's real cool about this, Dave? The last 3 games, this will be the 3rd straight game. Memphis will be running out the clock with the football and the lead.
Tice Daniel now in the 4th tight end to play in the game. He lines up in a slot on the right side. Here's the snap, and they're trying to give it to Taylor, but we got flags everywhere, and procedure is going to get called on Memphis. Not sure who they call that on. He might have said 58, did he, Brian Thomas?
I couldn't see. I couldn't really hear what they were saying on who did that.
I believe the whole second
they moved
offensive unit is in at the line up front. 2 left, 1 right, Now it's 3rd down and 7 with the ball at the 42-yard line for Adair. He's going to throw. He looks in the flat. He's got Taylor there. There's a couple on him. He jukes across the 40 and got to the 39-yard line of South Alabama. That time making the stop was a third-teamer for the South Alabama Jaguars. It'll set up a 4th down and 4, and the U of M looks over. They've got the ball at South Alabama's 39 with 7:40 left to go. Both teams, all 3 timeouts remaining. We may not use those at all.
Well, Memphis won't. Tice Daniel, they got 2 tights in with Tice Daniel on one side and Big Cam Wilson on the other. And then you've got Timothy Taylor from the old East High Mustang in and Calvin Austin in. It's be a great time to see a jet sweep. Calvin Austin got so much speed, yeah. We haven't run a jet sweep this year, have we?
Tigers, I think, going to let this play clock run down. And they have. And they basically took the penalty. Now they'll punt it away. So it backs the clock down to 7:15. 42-6 Tigers. And they'll kick the ball away. Adam Williams in. Let's see, is the long snapper okay? Is Trayson Neal in to snap this thing away? I think we got a different guy. I think we got Preston Brady in to snap this thing away. So we got a different long snapper in after Trayson Neal went down. And here is Adam Williams, who's had a great day punting. End over end, high in the air. Fair catch is called for. That ball will come down at the 4-yard line and hop out of bounds. Wow. 40-yard punt inside the 5.
This
and
guy's
they'll be
some
backed
money.
up, and we got a flag on the play, and there's some frustration on the South Alabama sideline.
Adam Williams going to make some money doing this, I think, Dave.
After the play, personal foul, unnecessary roughness. Memphis, number 94.
Wow.
Memphis.
They call that a JoJo Dorsey's.
Yeah, but he pointed at the USA. Oh, now he changed his point. Coach Norvell has given JoJo an earful over there on the sideline.
We got to take a break. 6:54 remaining, 42-6. Memphis over South Alabama. Back here in Mobile in a minute. This is Tiger football from Learfield IMG College. And welcome back, everybody. Nice to have you aboard here in Mobile. The U of M leading South Alabama 42-6. It's brought to you in part by Tag Truck Center. Rising fuel prices for your truck or your van affecting your business's bottom line. If you want a commercial truck or van that'll make you money instead of costing you money, visit our proud partners at Tag Truck Center. They are the best asset to your business bottom line. Tag Truck Center. So we got 6:54 to go, and that penalty on JoJo Dorsey. Well, that cost you. Instead of being at the 4, now the Jaguars get the ball at the 19. This game really is now going to be all about teaching, Jarvis.
Yes, that is correct. And the one thing, it was a definite teaching moment, although I don't think JoJo Dorsey thought so, as Coach Norvell met him at the sideline, or actually met him on the field about the last 5 yards, and he was all in his ear holes. And what are you doing, son? We have the lead. This game is in hand. You don't have to do anything extra out there. And that's something that you got to remember going forward. When you have something in control, you don't want to just go out there and think you're making a play and get the flag thrown on.
Scores from around the area. Ole Miss leads Southeast Louisiana 34-17. In the third, Arkansas leading Colorado State by 10. Here comes South Alabama. They send a man in motion. They got trips right. And pressure on the quarterback, Morton, who dumps it, and it's intercepted. That time coming in a hurry was Xavier Collins. The quarterback was almost hit on the run, moved up, and threw the ball to the 30, and there was Collins, and the Tigers pick it off again.
And the man rushing was Everett Cunningham. Beat his block to the inside. The quarterback almost got away from him, but you talk about strength. He reached that right arm out, got the other one wrapped around right when he was in his throwing motion, made him throw a wounded duck out there, and a great pickoff by Zay, as they like to call him. Tigers back in business at the South Alabama 30.
And for the first time this year, here comes Markavian Quinn, the young man from Ruleville, Mississippi, and Pearl River Community College. 6'3", 195 sophomore, Great athlete. They don't have a total package in for him, but they've got a series or two for sure. Trips left. Here's the snap. Little read. He's going to keep. He finds room up the middle and gets to the 25-yard line. A pickup of 5. 6:40 to go in the game, and 42-6 Tigers. Riley Cole, first stringer on the defensive end for South Alabama, made the stop.
And this is something we haven't seen at Memphis in a while, a quarterback that can run. He's basically a run-first quarterback. He's been an athlete all of his life. He's trying to learn the quarterback position, and it's a cerebral spot at Memphis. But you can see this guy light it up with his legs.
All second stringers on that offensive line. Here's Quinn on 2nd and 5. This time he hands it off to Clark, and Clark breaks through a couple of tackles and gets close to a first down at the 21. It'll be 3rd down and short with 6 minutes remaining in the game here in Mobile. And the U of M up 42-6.
Man, that defense, first of all, let's go back to that. Adam Fuller has everybody dialed up and dialed in. The young guys getting out there, Everett Cunningham and Xavier Collins making plays. And now we see the quarterback, Markavian Quinn, who was a great star in junior college in Mississippi.
He's got a 3rd and a 1.5 yards, and he's got the ball, and it's fumbled, and it is picked up by the Jaguars. And the quarterback's going to try to run down Jalen Thompson, the great guy, who picked it up and ran it all the way across the 50. Actually, it's A.J. DeShazer. And he's knocked down near the Tiger 45-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 there for the Jaguars after the U of M looked like they were going to threaten and score some more. 5:33 remaining, 42-6 Tigers, and the Jaguars will get the football.
Yeah, that was just a miscommunication or just a bad play. It was a bad snap, a high snap. Markavian Quinn tried to pull it down and get it into the breadbasket of Clark, and they just miscommunicated on the play because the ball was up so high. He couldn't get it down fast enough. They lost control of the football, and South Alabama was there to jump on it. I really don't know what you do because he thought he could stick it in his breadbasket. He might have had a hole there if he just take that and just fall down.
Oh, here comes Tylen Morton again. Here's the snap, and he play fakes. He wants to throw left side, too far for Kawan Baker, incomplete at the 40-yard line. One surprising score today, Kansas State came from behind and knocked off Mississippi State 31-24.
That was on the road in Starkville.
Yeah.
You know, this is the way what South Alabama looks like right now, and these incomplete passes and missing people by 10 yards and dropping passes. That's what Memphis used to look like. You remember those days, don't you, Dave?
Yep.
And now the Tigers are on the other side of the whooping. They're giving the whooping. They're delivering.
They're playing threes. John Tate, Morris Joseph, Everett Cunningham all up front. Here's 2nd down and 10 for Tylen Morton. Here's the snap. He is going to give it to the running back, and it is Wilson, and he's got room left side, 45-40, still on his feet across the 35-yard line, and finally dragged down, but that'll be a pickup of 12 yards, and they'll move the chains to the Tiger 33-yard line with 5:13 to go. Ladarius Jordan, 3rd string corner, made the stop for the U of M.
Now you just want the clock to tick. You know, just run out of time, and let's stop this thing and get on the plane and get back to Memphis, Daddy. But South Alabama, they're not quitting. They're trying to fight it for as much as they can get. But it's also good practice for the young guys for Memphis over there on the defensive side of the ball.
They'll send 1 man left and 2 to the right side. They've got a slot man left side. He goes in motion. He's really a tight end, Zach Crosby. Here's the snap, and Morton's going to hand it off to Wilson again, and he is caught as soon as he touched the ball. Back for a yard loss, I think, at the 34-yard line, and somebody was very quick. That was Jaleel Clemens, the all-freshman everything from Starkville, Mississippi. Yeah, 2nd down and 11, 4:24 remaining, 42-6 Tigers.
He's another guy that's going to be a future star for Memphis. As we said before, Memphis, another substitution as the Tigers bring in
Cameron Fleming has come into the game. Also in the game, Tyrez Lindsey. They send a man in motion right side in the flat. Here's Morton rushed. He is running to his right for his life, and he's throwing it into his own band.
I would do that, too, if Big John Tate was chasing me like that. But Big John Tate, when he's got snot coming out of his nose and blasted out of his mouth right on top of you. Big John Tate, there's a reason why they call him Big. That's a big dude out there running after you.
3rd down and 11, 3:58 to go in the game. Braylon Brown comes back in, and the Tigers, I think they've played 9-10 defensive linemen today. Keith Brigham is also in there. The Jaguars will send Travion Hamilton, the former Tiger, wide left. They got Baker in the slot left side. 2 on the right side. Morton's going to throw on 3rd and 11. Here's pressure. He steps up, avoids the tackle, throwing to the end zone, right side, and out of the end zone, incomplete.
Good, excellent coverage down there. Quarterback does a good throw. He put it out there for his receiver to have a chance to get it, but he's well covered on the play by
guess who had the coverage? The kid from St. Benedict in Cordova, Ladarius Jordan, the redshirt senior.
Excellent for Ladarius. Glad to see him getting out there, getting a chance to play for the Tigers, put that blue and gray on, and he had his man covered all the way. The pass was down there, and that's when it's just one-on-one. It's you or the receiver, and he comes up with a good play.
So here's a 4th down and 11 for South Alabama and their quarterback, Tylen Morton. And before they can run the play, they just brought in John Tank Miller, the best name on the field. The timeout is called by South Alabama with 3:49 remaining. We'll take the quick break and then back for the finish. 42-6. The only thing left in doubt is what will the final score be? All Tigers today as you listen to Memphis football from Learfield IMG College. Here in Mobile at Ladd Peoples Stadium, 42-6 Tigers, 3:49 remaining. Dave Woloshin, Jarvis, Greer with you. Scott Foreman working the numbers and working a whole bunch. Danny O'Brien engineering, producing, and spotting. The Tigers today, 515 total yards. These late yards by the Jaguars now up to 248 total yards. This was total domination by Memphis. Some weird plays, a scoop and a score by our good friend Austin Hall. A scoop and a score of 85 yards off a missed extra point.
Jacoby
Francis. We've had big hits. We've had big plays. 200-yard rushers. Coxie didn't quite get the 100 we were hoping for, but another good day, 81 yards. And a lot of defensive linemen in and out. Now here it is, 4th down and 11 from the 34 for Tyler Morton and company. He's got one back to his right. Here's the snap, and Morton's going to throw. Looking right end zone again, too far. He was trying to get that to Jalen Tolbert, their best split receiver, but that was close. And the U of M again holds, and that time it was Cameron Fleming, the redshirt freshman from Texas, who was all over the play. Memphis will take over on downs. 3:42 remaining, and they lead it 42-6.
This game has been basically total domination. Wouldn't you say, Dave? I'd say it's been total and absolute domination, and it really turned when their big running back, Ty Mentor, was unceremoniously knocked out of the ball game. And I do mean knocked out by Carlito Gonzalez. That kid was the do-everything guy for this offense, and when he got knocked out with a concussion, that was basically the ball game.
Connor Adair back in the game, and a pistol look with, I think it's Rodriguez Clark behind him. One receiver right, one left. Handoff. Clark right up the middle, has a gap, gets across the 35 to about the 36-yard line. A pickup of a couple for Clark. 3:33 to go. Memphis just wants to run this thing out. Get the airplane a-moving.
That's correct. And what they're doing, I think we got another Markavian out there for Memphis at running back right now. Marquavius Weaver is in, 5'10", 211, out of Bartlett in Memphis. Or in the Memphis area in Shelby County. Markavian Weaver is out there right now.
He actually just got shifted. He was in there. Now Clark is in. Two lefts. H-back on the right side. He goes into motion. Here's the snap. It's a give to Clark, looking for a hole. Not there. Takes it to the outside. Gets across the 35 and keeps the feet churning near the 40. 2:53 remaining. A pickup of 3 for Clark. I think it was Weaver who actually might have gotten the yards on that last carry. And it'll set up a 3rd down and 5, and the clock's down to 2:43 remaining in the game.
This is what you like to see. The Tigers with the ball and clock, just running out the clock, getting first downs, moving down the field, and you got all your 2s and 3s in the ball game. Calvin Austin
is in the game. He's on the right side. This is the first time now in what will have been 4 years the Tigers win their road opener. Austin split wide right side. We got a man split on the left side. H-back lines up on the right side, too, a third-teamer. And Adair takes his time. Here's the snap, straight handoff up the middle, and A first down to the 45-yard line. That was Rodriguez-Clark. Man, he knew where the sticks were, and he just dove to get there and got it.
And that'll do it, because now Memphis will line up in the victory formation. They cannot there's nothing South Alabama can do right here, although we do have a USA player that's hurt right now as their defensive end.
Timeout for injured South Alabama player.
And South Alabama could actually call 2 timeouts if they wanted to.
I don't know why they would want to do that. Would you want to do that, Dave, if you were down 42-6?
Usually you don't take that victory formation if you know they can keep stopping you.
Yeah, that's true. Big Isaac Ellis is in at one of the offensive linemen for Memphis, along with Evan Fields, who's getting some run right now. Brian
Thomas and Titus Jones and Matt Dale have been in a whole bunch. You've played 10 offensive linemen today.
I think everybody that got on the plane got on the field.
You have played 4 tight ends today. You have played 6 running backs today, and Patrick Taylor wasn't one of them.
Yeah, he can't go because he's on crutches.
Here's Adair with 2 receivers, 1 split left, 1 split right, an H-back on the right side, 2 tight ends, the 1 back. He's in a shotgun. He's just going to hand it off. He's watching the play clock go down. We got 1:35 to go in the game, still 20 on the play clock. He'll take his time. This is all about just ending this game in a good way where nobody gets hurt. Now the play clock is at 13. It looks like they may get serious here. Here's the snap. And here is a handoff. And in the backfield,
South Alabama got serious.
Rodriguez-Clark gave one to somebody. They both went down hard. They're both getting up okay. That was really Roxell McWilliams. He's their first team defensive end, and he's a big one. He's still in the game. Under a minute now. 2nd down and 11 for the Tigers.
We just got one more snap left in this game, and that's going to do it, folks. And the Tigers will get another W. Like you said, Dave, been a long time since they got their first win on the road in their first road game on the road.
Austin splits to the right, and Coy Fairman splits left. Here's the snap. It's to Clark off the left side. He crosses the 45-yard line, dives to the 49 with 30 seconds to go, and that'll be the last snap of the game. So Memphis is going to improve to 3-0. 4th time in 5 years. They've won 2 at home and 1 on the road. First road opener in 4 years that they are victorious. South Alabama will slip 2-1-2. The Tigers had total domination, 530 yards. The defense held them to 1 touchdown and 248 total yards. Everybody played, and the U of M is a winner. Your final is 42-6. We'll take a break. We'll head down to the locker room and talk with players and Mike Norvell. In the meantime, we'll be sending it back to Buffalo Wild Wings and our friends Matt Dillon and Jeff Brightwell. Once again, in Mobile, U of M's a big winner, 42-6 over South Alabama. And this is Tiger football from Learfield IMG College.